Hey, that was crazy. What was the score at halftime? Like Memphis had what 35 points at the half.
Yeah, they had 9 after the first, right? 9 or 7, and
Yeah,
then
that was
yeah,
wild.
it was one of those games. But John Moran had like the weirdest 45 I've ever seen. Like I was watching the game, I didn't realize, and I was like, wait, he's balling.
Jalen, I'm telling you, I'm about to get on my campaign. It's a trade job campaign. I'm telling y'all.
Trade John campaign.
Why?
I just think they can. I think that they'll be better. It's the same. It's the same thing with my trade Luka campaign. For the sake
That's
of
not ridiculous.
for the sake of those franchises.
I still think Luka cleared his tray. That's not even close. I mean, I think we were forgetting the past couple of years real quick.
But hold on, though. Why are you bringing Trey into this? We went from Ja to Luka. Now, why are we about to start bashing Trey? For what?
It's the light skin hate.
Last I checked, Trey's the only one that got a victory in these playoffs out of them guys. I mean, yeah, Ja got one, but he wasn't there.
I mean, we forgetting that Luka was literally the best playoff performer the past 2 years.
Until he didn't make it.
Until he didn't make it. But I mean, he literally was the best playoff performer the past couple years.
He was. I'll be like, the thing about it is, even with the trade Luka thing, like that's what Ox be on. I really don't be on that because I'm like, you got a generational talent, so I probably wouldn't trade him. But I get it though. I get why he would say that.
What you talking about, Luka?
Yeah, and it's like I don't really even be trying to bash Luka or anything like that because Luka is the man, but it's just like people overlook his deficiencies due to how good he is in his numbers. It's like even like Tegan can relate to this. It's like even like guys like Patrick Mahomes. It's like you're an amazing quarterback, but you still have deficiencies that you have to work on.
Yeah.
Of course,
not everyone's perfect.
Hey, has Lowe ever been on this show, on this PC show?
Yeah, back when this was our like flagship show.
Oh, okay. Was they asking like, where's Lowe? Like, I don't think you would expect to see Lowe on a Wednesday or Sunday. But anyways, yeah, but trading Luka seems like the obvious move. I don't know. Seems like the right thing to do.
Trading Luka, I don't think there's any way you get enough. Like you lose that trade no matter what. There's no player you're gonna get that's gonna match Luka's ability.
Thunder can give enough picks.
Yeah, you're gonna get multiple players as well as multiple picks. And I'm not saying you're gonna get anybody as good as Luka, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna get better as a team. Also, in that you gotta sign a guy like Brook Lopez in the offseason as well. But
I think you trade guys like Tim Hardaway, Christian Wood. I think you just trade away pieces and build around Luka.
I think Christian Wood's a free agent and he's just gonna leave this year.
I mean, hey, there's cap space to sign. Like I said, a Brook Lopez, and I don't hate that, and that's great for him. I think Luka's going to be a multiple-time MVP. We saw what he did in the playoffs, beating a team like the Clippers, beating a team like the Clippers. He was carrying that Dallas team to playoff wins. Dude was single-handedly doing his thing. So it reminds me of a young LeBron in Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like he was just kind of carrying teams. You know, he made some runs, but he still has his flaws, right? Different flaws, but still has his flaws. He's going to learn. And then, you know, up to Mark Cuban ownership team to put a team around him, or he's gonna leave and build, you know, go to a team that, you know, he thinks will fit him well. Or like do you think if he goes to the Miami, let's just say it's a free agent, goes to Miami Heat, everyone trusts that Pat Riley would build a team around him, right? So I still think he's that guy.
I think he's closer to a James Harden comparison in his career so far. I think that's a more accurate trajectory versus like a young LeBron.
But Jalen, the only thing I want to say about that is Pat Riley building a team around Luka. I don't know. I mean, Pat kind of dropped the ball this year, if you ask me. I don't know about Pat's ability to build teams anymore. He used to be a wizard at that.
See, though, that's the thing, Bob. Like, if you build 4 super teams, or if you build 3 super teams and you fail on the 4th try, does that necessarily make you inadequate now? Like, I mean, it's been a lot. Hey, we could. When's a while? They just went to the finals in 2020. Why wouldn't you count it?
That was a quick run. They've been competitive. I'm not saying Miami hasn't been competitive, but to the standards of Pat Riley, bro, they have been dropping the ball since 2014.
To the standards of the league, though, they're still achieving more than other franchises. Miami's consistently competitive. The only thing that I'll give you, and you make this point a lot, is it's like, Pat, why is there basically walk-ons on your team? Why is your team a G League roster?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Even that 2020 team, well, they had Jay Crowder, and Bam and Goran both got hurt. So maybe if those two wouldn't have got hurt, they could have won it. I don't know, but I'm saying, I just think Pat he got to step it up, bro. He's losing it. Bro. He's losing it.
I think they're a top, like, I mean, every championship team generally has a top 10 NBA player on its team. I don't think Jimmy's that guy. I think Jimmy's great, but is he a top 10 NBA player? I don't think so. So I think they're just missing that one guy.
Is he a top 10 playoff performer, though? Is he a top 10 player right now in the playoffs?
So that's the thing with Jimmy. Yeah, I mean, he becomes, like I said, a star in the regular season, becomes a superstar in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You could make a case he definitely is a top 10 playoff performer. I mean, usually, like I said, usually every championship team has a top 10 guy in the league. Yeah. I just don't think he's that guy.
Like your number one?
Yeah,
you don't think he's your number one? Well, my thing about it is, I like Jimmy as my number one or number two, no matter what. My thing though is this got to be like guys like Bam and Tyler Hero. It's like, are they adequate number twos and number threes? Now, I like Bam as my number three, but my thing is, if I was them, I would try to. I don't know what I would try to do. Like, well, I know what I would try to do. I don't know how I would try to do it, but I would try to go get Dame, and I would. Right now, it would be centered around Tyler Hero, and
you probably got to throw in Duncan Robinson to match the contracts because he makes big money. And like honestly, like 3 or 4 first-round picks because they're gonna have to swallow Duncan's contracts here, right?
Sure. So even then, the defense on that backcourt would be terrible. I mean, it's just the same complex you would have with CJ McCollum and Dame. Was Dame and Tyler Hero defensively as your backcourt would be a nightmare to deal with.
No, I'm saying trade Tyler Hero for Dame.
Okay,
I think that's their only piece that they could trade and still be competitive. If they traded Bam for him, then they have to fall back on the issues that you're talking about, Tegan, where it's going to be Tyler Hero, Dame, and then on top of that, Jimmy can't carry the whole defense, and then you've lost your anchor and basically the heart and soul of your team and just your grittiness with Bam. So if you give it to Bam, it's no hope. Yeah, but it's like if you can convince them that, hey, Tyler Hero can be your next guy alongside Anthony Simons and we'll give you guys 1 million picks, maybe you might have something to work with.
I even think with how good Shaedon Sharpe was towards post All-Star break, they look at that and they're like, I think there's a higher ceiling with Shaedon Sharpe than I see with Tyler Hero. You kind of know what you're going to get with Tyler Hero on a championship team. I don't know if his ceiling is much higher than what we saw this past year. Whereas Shaedon Sharpe, you're looking at a 19-year-old with a 42-inch vertical and a jump shot that could develop into maybe a 25-point-per-game scorer, as we see with like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, well, that's the thing also too, Tegan. It's like the Blazers are all right because how you just said, they got Shaedon Sharpe. They got a bunch of other young players that we can name, but I'm gonna go straight to the most obvious one. You have Anthony Simons. Now it's like you pair Anthony Simons with Tyler Hero's 20 now. I know you just said Tyler Hero, he could be maxed out. He could have already reached the ceiling, but it's like Anthony Simons is still getting better. So you put that 20 points per game next to Anthony Simons 20 plus, whatever it can grow into, next to the superstar or the star potential, all-star potential that Shaedon Sharpe has. Now you got something to really build and work on.
They also have a top 5 draft pick in the lottery.
True.
Like a lot of people did not realize how well they tanked to a point where they're slotted right at 5 for the lottery. Not saying they're getting Wemby, but they're still like, I know everyone's focusing on the 7'4" center from France, but there's some other guys that can really make a huge impact.
Yeah, no doubt. And
good draft.
Keep in mind, you know how the lottery works. You're slated at top 5, but you can get number 1. They can pull that off. It happens all the time.
If they do get Wemby, suddenly you got Lillard, Wemby. You might only be a piece away if Wemby's as good as advertised.
Even if they get the 3rd overall pick, and we've seen how stubborn the Blazers have been, what's to say they don't try to make a move? I know we've been saying that for the past 5 years or so, but that is a very valuable draft pick that I'm sure some team with a younger or an aging star would move up to get that draft pick if the Blazers want to really dig their heels in the ground and try this again. Because we know Dame will do it.
I do want to say this kind of going back a little bit to the Heat. I just said everything I said, but do we realize that Heat are up 2-1 against the 1 seed?
Yeah, I mean, if Giannis don't come back, I mean, that's a series. If Giannis,
it's definitely a series.
I think you know what? With that being said, I might have misspoke. I might have spoke too quick. If they can knock off Milwaukee, I mean,
yeah, but does it count
then
though? If they're knocking off because it's like look.
Asterisks.
No. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not. No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not. Obviously, it counts because they
Definitely
won.
count.
And they're going to get credited.
Counts,
they're going to get credited for winning the series. I'm not saying you can't discredit an accolade that's going to be handed to you. The point that I'm saying is
not handed. They took that.
Understandably, but you took it against a lesser man. Damn near half a team right now. They're missing half of their team right now without Giannis. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it doesn't mean that they didn't make it to the second round and hooray, we did this. But you have to think about it from Pat Riley's perspective. Because this is what you're talking about. Now, have I actually built a championship contender? Or did we just get fortunate that Giannis got hurt, so we advanced to the next round? Because here's the thing. Tyler, true. But then also here's the thing, because now, okay, you beat undermanned Milwaukee team, but who do you go play next round?
They're gonna lose to Boston or
no, they don't play Boston. Knicks or Cavs.
They might. The way the Cavs and Knicks are looking, I mean, that'd be a series too. It wouldn't be a blowout either way.
Okay, well,
I'm not gonna say disappointed, but I'm expecting more from the Cavs, bro. I thought this was gonna be a quick series.
I told y'all the Knicks was coming.
They just need one there, you know. Yeah. No, the Knicks good.
Yeah, the Knicks a little grittier than everybody gets credit for. The Knicks really a gritty squad. Check him out.
Check him out. James.
Hey, Gabe. What did he say to Dylan before the game? Put the fear of God into him. What did he say to that man?
You already know he said, "Just stop talking that shit. Just watch me work, man." A whole lot of
you
this.
You in LA now?
A whole lot of this.
Man, I think people forget LeBron a real like friendly dude. He wants to be friends with anyone. He sees personality.
He wasn't being friendly.
I think he was. I swear this guy went up to me, hey man, that talking about
that smile was not. That's a cynical smile, bro. He's crazy.
Hey, I'm with Gabe. I'm with Gabe on this one. I think he walked up.
Brian ain't that friendly.
And said something, made it look like, okay, I'm not, got the anger on my face. But whatever he said to Dylan, he said some gangster shit. Whatever he said something that made Dylan think twice. Like, all right, maybe I should leave this dude alone.
Walk up on Brian at Ken Stewart's and see how friendly he is.
She might have told her, hey man,
I bet he'd be like, look,
I will clutch. We'll get you a contract. Silent clutch. We'll get you a contract.
Friendly.
He told him, look, Dylan, if you don't sign with Clutch this offseason, you're going to be out the league.
Talk about it.
I like Dylan.
I'm not mad at Dylan.
I like that. I love
his attitude. No doubt, yeah. You like that type of attitude, especially in the playoffs.
No, you know what I don't like?
It's entertaining.
The only thing I don't like that he refused to talk to the media after the game.
Oh, Dylan Brooks?
He doing all that talk. He go talk to the media after a win, but he won't go after a loss.
Yeah, baby.
That's the only thing I don't like.
He gotta get his emotions and whatnot in control. You know what I'm saying? My thing
is,
I like.
But the whole talk is cool.
Though, you know what I'm saying?
Cool. I like that.
Talking.
My thing
is, like I've been saying though, you do gotta show up. Even if you don't show up, you can still keep talking shit. But it's eventually it's gonna be like, all right, bro, he not nobody. Don't worry about him.
Showed up.
Now you got to do something.
Ja was going stupid at first. He was playing bad, but then at the end,
it's easy to go stupid when you down 40.
I was gonna say, was that a real 45?
Stupid. They ain't even
you down 40. They weren't worried.
We gotta stop.
He scored like 20. He scored like 25 points.
He scored in the fourth quarter. He scored 20 points in a row.
It was down 75.
That's what I'm saying. Though it was a lot of garbage time points.
So did they? What do you mean it was garbage time points? The starters were on the floor. LeBron at
the game was over.
At halftime, the score was 105-3.
So they are you saying that they just were giving Ja baskets?
I think he cut.
I mean, you saw the space LeBron was getting.
Time out. So was Ja? Were they making the threes for Ja?
Nah, Ja was shooting the ball.
Exactly. He still got to make the shots.
The game was over. The game was over. The game was over.
He cut the lead by himself to like 8.
Yeah, it got a little scary at the end, but really it wasn't ever close enough for it to be a game.
So that,
I get it.
If anything, the best thing about this was the fact that he was able to bounce back after that injury. And
he just forgot he was hurt.
That's where you can take it.
He forgot he was hurt.
It wasn't an injury.
You were watching in the pregame. Whenever he was trying to catch the ball, he wasn't just catching it right here, ready to shoot. He had to catch it right here to almost brace for it every single time. I think that's the best thing you could take from it as a Grizzlies fan.
Look at Ox. Somebody, all right.
Ja, the only one that showed up for the Grizzlies. I'm not giving that. He's the only one that really showed up for the Grizzlies.
You tough, right?
Okay.
Yo,
It's how you're saying every day, B.
and for all those who don't know, Ja scored 45 on 13 for 26 shooting, 6 for 10 from 3. Also came with 13 assists and 9 rebounds.
Go ahead, boy.
So
Hey, but Gabe, you said he cut the game to 8. He had 45, so that means they was down 53. They wasn't tripping.
Yeah, they wasn't tripping, bro. They was letting Ja shoot and there you go ahead.
They weren't letting Ja do nothing. Were you guys not watching the game?
I was watching it.
Ja was getting
that right wing 3 he hit. I'm like, nah, he's going crazy right now.
They was dropping coverage.
He's not sustainable. He got hot.
He had like 3.
Bro, they was not guarding him.
Them 3 was dropping.
Are you guys serious?
I'm dead serious.
Bro, I'm serious.
I mean, yo, Rod, like he was hitting shots. Don't be wrong, but the game was over. The game was never.
It doesn't matter if the game was over. The Lakers just weren't out there not playing defense. I was watching the game.
I know. The intensity. It wasn't elite though.
They was not playing defense.
They were playing defense, but they weren't. It wasn't like playoff.
Ron, I'm with you, Ron. I'm with you, Ron.
Not in that
Check it out.
quarter.
Check it out. Scoring 20 points in a row, whether the intensity is cranked to the max or whether it's just average intensity, it's still it's very impressive.
Definitely impressive.
Oh no, he impressive, but they wasn't even caring.
The mistake they made is they let Ja get a hot hand, and now that might carry over to the next game. They should have tried to shut it down. You know what I mean? So that could be a little worrisome. If Ja comes out next game, does the same thing. That's like, oh damn, we might have slipped up. Let him do his thing in the fourth like that, and showing up like that. So.
I wanna say Rui has been playing great basketball this series. Desmond Bane talking too much shit. And I'm glad Rui's answering. He's playing great.
Speaking of Desmond Bane, I understand we got Dylan Brooks, Triple J, Ja, all these storylines going on. Are we going to talk about how Desmond Bane is averaging 19 points on 38% field goal percentage, 30% from 3, and barely contributing at all on defense? He's averaging 4 fouls a game. Through all of these storylines, he's not 4 fouls a game and 3 turnovers.
I mean, the 90 points a game is it's kind of what he does. The shooting percentage, I guess, could be a little better, but I mean, I don't.
He's
10% off. He's
10%. That's horrible. Doesn't he shoot like 50% in the playoffs or some shit for his career?
He's 48% in the regular season from field goal, and then 40% 3-point shooter, and he drops down 10% on both sides.
Hey, with that being said, though, he had a good game last night, though.
So he shot 50% with Ja Morant.
Maybe without and he shot 42% from 3 too. Finished with 18. So he didn't have. Yeah. Could be. Definitely could be.
Playing with Ja would definitely open up more shots for Bane. Like without Ja, he's their offensive creator. He's a guy that's going to need to score the ball more. So I feel like
Tyus is a great playmaker.
I just want to understand.
I
just want to understand what Dylan Brooks is good at.
Go start.
Other than defense.
He's the 3-and-D guy without the consistent 3.
Without the 3 though.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks, 3-and-D guy without the 3.
Like is he like a one-way player? Like does he like?
Nah, well Dylan can score though. I think he should stop. It's
just the shooting. He ends the shot like this.
Yo, he shoots like a 6th grader, bro.
Nah, for sure. He
got a hitch in this shit.
I don't get it. It just goes.
Brooks a big body. Like he got
a 2K shot.
It looks like it's lag. Like there's latency between the shot, bro. I don't get it.
Yo, I gotta address my man Backdoor in the chat. He's going ballistic right now. He wants me to talk about Tyus Jones.
Oh, his stat line is wild.
You want me to talk about Tyus Jones? I'll talk about Tyus Jones. He had a bad game last night. He had a bad game. It happens.
I mean, the Lakers got D, man.
And that is a thing. But I'm not even gonna do that. He had a bad game. I'm not gonna give him no bailouts. But what I do want to say is, possibly he might have more of an impact on this team than you think he does. Because if Ja can score 45, get 13 assists and 9 rebounds, and they get fucking smacked, then let's talk about how maybe since Tyus Jones had a bad game, the team had a bad game. Maybe his effect on the team being better, it might be a direct correlation. But who knows? We'll see what comes around game 4. I guarantee you game 4 he doesn't shoot 0 for 8.
Hey,
I guarantee you game 4 he doesn't have less than 5 assists. But even with that being said, Tyus isn't a high volume guy. Like you're not going to get 25 and 12 assists from Tyus tonight. That's not what he does. A lot of things that Tyus does isn't on the
board.
Sheet.
Yeah.
Tyus, I mean, his usual thing is
backdoor. You said Ron. You said Tyus could lead them. That's all I'm saying. Did they win last game?
He can't.
No,
Tyus
it's the
Jones
point
again.
guard last-
He didn't win
Tyus
that
Jones
game.
is the best
He won 2
best
games
backup
ago.
point guard in the league. Tyus Jones is the
Okay.
best
Did they
backup
win
point
2
guard in
games
the league.
ago?
They did.
And who was their point guard?
No, it was Tyus. No, I feel you. He sets up the. No, I'm with you. He's a great player, but he just had a bad game.
Yeah, baggage tackling,
Hey.
baggage
He leads
tackling.
their offense.
Hey, they was Bron was
very
D'ing
well.
up yesterday.
But the people that say that like the team is better with him as the starting point guard, they're just liars. But it's great to have him as your backup if Ja is out, because he's one of the smartest players in the NBA, in my opinion.
I think
we
the
see
best
what
backup
Ja
point guard
could
in the
do.
league. Who's a better backup
course.
player than Tyus Jones? I don't think there is one. And I think
Probably Malcolm Brogdon. Probably Malcolm Brogdon. That's it.
I mean, we
Quickly,
if
From the
we
top of my
count,
head. From the
Quickly,
top of my head.
if you
Nah,
count Malcolm Brogdon,
quickly is like doing like a fucking magic act, like a ruse act on y'all. He only play his numbers are crazy when he starts. His numbers off the bench are not that good.
I mean, Quickly's a good
if you
scorer. He's
count,
a
if
good
you
scoring
count
option.
Brogdon, he's definitely the best. Brogdon's definitely the best backup
Yeah.
point guard if you
I'd
count
say
Brogdon.
Brogdon.
He got 6
Other-
man of the year, so
Other than that,
Yeah.
so I
Speak for
think
itself.
the next
Tyus.
closest will probably have to be maybe like Jose.
nah, Jose not messing with
Nah,
Tyus.
I don't think-
I don't think he's as good as Tyus.
Okay, okay.
I'm just saying like in a list of backup point
Another-
guards.
I
I
got
like
it.
Alvarado a lot.
I think you get the consistency of Tyus Jones, but there's some players that probably can have a higher ceiling coming off the bench. They can probably drop more better counting stats, but you know what you're getting with Tyus Jones. You're getting consistency in a guy that's going to be able to distribute the ball without turning it over. And some nights he could shoot.
I think the change he brings from Ja Morant is big too. Like Ja Morant straight attack to the basket, get his points, while Tyus Jones to slow it down, get his teammates involved. So that change in dynamic for the team, I think, against teams' defenses also provides a problem for the other team, right? So I like Tyus on Memphis.
Kyle Lowry, no best backup point guard. Don't do that. Kyle
It ain't
Lowry,
Tyus,
no.
Yeah, he not with it.
And even last night too, like they was playing Ja and Tyus together, so that even helps Ja play a little more off ball. He doesn't have to too much focus on the point guard responsibilities as much as just like saying, "Yo, I'm going. I'm not worried about doing all this other shit. Tyus got that. I'm getting the ball and I'm going every time."
Man, Ja messed up, man. His leg hurt, hand hurt.
Oh yeah, he did mess up.
Boy can't even.
That was just a cramp. He'll be all right.
The
Yeah,
boy
man.
is stressed out. They is stressing. He need to drink some water down that motherfucker.
It's
They
hard.
got
It's
that
hard not to
nigga
watch.
stressed.
It's hard not to watch the Grizzlies and just think, damn, they could really use a Brandon Clark. They could really use a Steven Adams in this series.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you might have a game where you watch, who was it, Xavier Tillman give AD some issues, but
How you get
I mean,
cooked by a
when
dude
that-
named Xavier? How that make sense?
when
Steven
you come back the
Adams,
next
Steven
game,
Adams, Steven Adams is such a big loss for the Grizzlies, especially on the defensive end too, and especially against a guy like
Mhm.
Steven Adams is a
well, I
body.
think Brandon
Why
Clark
didn't
had
they
a
go
great
get
time
Melo
last
on
year
that
in the playoffs. Brandon Clark turned up and was like almost a Kevin Looney for him, and really like changed the course of that series against the Timberwolves last year. I mean, they just need somebody outside of Triple J that can just be a rim protector and a body down there.
No doubt, no doubt.
They started off just getting points in the paint the entire first half. That's how they got their lead. It wasn't like they were just shooting the lights out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fox can never score. Didn't he start with 38? This is Bozo
Yeah,
talking
hey,
about.
he
What
literally
is
got-
this Bozo talking about?
We're moving the
literally had a
goalposts,
40
guys. We're moving the
Fox
goalposts.
literally had a 40-piece his first playoff game.
I mean, 38's not 40, but come
Yeah,
on.
but it's right there. It's right there.
That's what
Hey,
Jamal Crawford
We
say. If
round
you
up
can
around
get
here.
it, you get it.
hey, yo,
Don't leave 38 out there on the board.
I do
Get
want to
that
bring
40.
things back to the Lakers Grizzlies game. I do want to talk a little bit about AD and Rui Hachimura. Let's talk about AD first, though. AD had 31, 17, and he bounced back from a previous game where he actually got outplayed by Xavier Tillman. How are we feeling about AD? How are we feeling about that game?
I think AD played well. He was aggressive on the boards. He gave 17 rebounds. He shot the ball well. This is the AD you want to see out there. Defensively, he was, their best defender, along with Vanderbilt. I think Vanderbilt started the game off real hot, kind of cooled off defensively later on, but he did his thing. AD showed up. This is the AD you want. This is the AD the Lakers need to win a championship. He needs to be a guy that gets you 25 to 30, 15-plus rebounds. He played great. And Rui, he only played 22 minutes. I felt like there were spots when the Lakers' offense really kind of had a drought where Rui should have been out there. He's just playing really hot, and this is not sustainable. Don't be wrong. Rui is not going to play like this the entire playoffs. He's not going to be shooting over 50%. He's not going to be shooting this well from three. It's just the law of averages does not allow this to happen for a long period of time for a guy like Rui Hachimura. So you got to ride him while he's hot. I think you got to play more minutes while he's riding this hot wave. But he's doing his thing.
Man. My boy Rui, nice though. I remember he put it on Zion the first game. I watched him make him look like a little boy in college.
He has the NBA body. When he's shooting the ball well from three, goes in real nice. He did turn it over a couple of times, especially in the fast break. So I don't like him handling the ball too much. But he had this one move. I think he had like a spin move too, where he dribbled by a guy, did a little spin and got the layup, which was nice. But again, I don't think it's sustainable. Like, he's just not going to shoot over 50% from three or whatever the case may be. But again, you got to ride the hot wave and give him more minutes. He should be playing more than 20 minutes.
Every single time he plays like this well, every time he shoots the ball this well, he's just getting another tick in that next contract that he gets. It's just another $1 million that he's about 100%.
to get. He playing similar to this. Could be an extra $5 to $10 million a year.
It's the same concept with March Madness. When you play really good in that tournament, your money just goes higher and higher. All people are going to think about is these playoff performances, and they just think, well, if I bring him in, he's going to produce the same thing.
For sure.
Just a little bit more higher of a contract, a couple more years, and maybe a player option. You're just going to get a little bit more and more every single time.
We'll see how it lasts.
I said that too, Chris. That's what I just told Ron.
I think D'Angelo Russell, he started to play well too. He shot, still not shooting the ball as good as he can. But
you can't rely on it.
You can't rely on it.
He's shooting worse than his season averages, so I think he is gonna, positive regression is coming. So I mean, I think again, 17 points will take it. Only shot 5 for 14. I think that could be a little better, but again, just seeing the ball go through the hoop.
Better than when he did game 2.
Exactly. Better than when he did game 2. He's the guy that just needs to see the ball go through the hole. He had some good passes though. Some good passes. He can break down defense.
Russ he don't care if he ain't shooting good.
He gonna shoot that shit.
He gonna shoot that much.
100%. He is.
He shot a 30-foot three.
Malik Beasley is the guy who hasn't been playing well this series, who I think the Lakers will need in other series. So maybe trying to get him going. I bet, like I said, Rui's not going to shoot this well all the time. A guy like Malik Beasley might have to step up when Rui cools down. So getting Malik Beasley going might be something the Lakers have to look at.
Yo, I don't know about that. And Crunch, I definitely want to tap in with you, but I think it's a lot closer to. I think this is a lot closer to what Rui can bring on a night-to-night basis than what he can. I don't think Rui's fooling us right now. I've been thought Rui was like that.
Me too.
I think Rui can get you buckets. He's just not going to shoot over 50%. But he's just not that guy.
He's shooting 75% from three this series. 75%.
So that's coming down, right? So that's definitely cool. But again, ride the hot wave until it's over. Maybe it'll help.
That's Memphis.
All that takes is one game where he doesn't shoot well.
Yeah, exactly. Let him do his thing.
What's good, Crunch? Talk to us.
So basically, what you're saying is, as soon as Rui Hachimura start messing up, you're gonna blame LeBron teammates.
No, it's not nothing to do with LeBron. I don't know.
LeBron, they can still win. They can still win.
Hey, look, I'm messing with y'all, bro.
I know.
No, I was just joking. How y'all doing, bro?
No, Bron and AD should win this. I don't care about the team.
They should win game 4. I don't think there's an excuse for them to
they should win this.
LeBron and AD will always do their thing, but then you can, if you want to alternate big games, like Rui, Austin Reeves,
every time.
Beasley.
Shout out Irv.
Is AD going to do it every time? Is AD
going to do it every time? You know what? AD has not been consistent. He might have some games where he only gets you 15 points, but he gets you the 7-6 blocks, which is still a little worrisome. But I still have
day to day is kind of worrisome,
and that's still not good enough. AD does not need to have 17 points in that box.
AD should never have under.
I need 25 out of you at least.
Between 25 and 32 on a night-to-night basis with 13 boards.
I really want 28.
Is that too much for him though?
No, it's not.
Like in the words of Big Axe Bob, are his shoulders big enough to handle that load?
Yes,
I don't think pressing that much.
I don't think so. Hold on. How is his shoulders big enough to handle that load if he just dropped 13 points the last game?
He dropped 31.
So no. So I'm saying,
I feel you.
I don't trust that AD is going to do that consistently. But I do got the Lakers winning the series. I just don't trust AD long term, man, on a consistent basis. I know he's nice, but he's up and down.
He playing against a defensive player of the year now.
I mean, I know, but he's supposed to be. You feel me, Anthony Davis though.
Yeah, it
Facts.
shouldn't matter
You supposed to have the
who you
keys.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, but Triple J ain't no slouch now.
He's not actually.
We gotta respect the defense.
Triple J doing his thing, but AD
No,
still
he
has
is.
a couple. He's definitely taller and bigger than him. He's still getting to his spots. He's
AD
missing a couple
had
of
one
shots,
bad
but-
game, and now we up here.
Well, no, it's not just that. He
one.
he just inconsistent.
Yeah, his motor inconsistent. There's times where he don't even look like he want to be out there.
Yeah,
That's why it's
But
two of them.
I do got them winning.
Like the other day, I don't think it was about him not wanting to be out there. I think he was just having a bad night. But today he made up for it.
Well, he
shot
didn't eat his
4.
Cheerios.
But the Lakers series,
He didn't get his unibrow
Man,
wax.
OD.
They have breakfast
Better come out there
AD
and play
smoke
ball.
weed, man.
He had a bad night
That
against
nigga
the
smokes.
I mean,
He be high on the court.
Hold on. Y'all want to know why I'm outside though, bro? Because I was late because I was playing basketball. Because I actually love playing basketball. Unlike y'all, man, Kawhi Leonard.
Man, if you got a real knee injury, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I get it.
No. But they said
Get him out of here.
They said it didn't have nothing to do with his ACL injury though.
Yeah, it's just another knee
He's still
sprain.
hurt, bro.
I don't like questioning a guy's injury because we just don't know their bodies. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
like,
no,
I
no,
get
no,
it.
no,
Like he's
no,
missed a lot of
no,
games, but I'm not about to hear.
No. But this is Kawhi Leonard though. This is Kawhi Leonard, bro.
I hear you.
So it's a history of just all of this nonsense.
Yeah, we can't
bro.
keep on making excuses for this.
We can't
nigga.
keep doing it. You can't.
He's just hurt, bro.
Because-
He's just hurt.
because you know
Kawhi
why?
the biggest.
No, but look, you know why we can't keep making excuses though, bro? You want to know why that I can't never give Kawhi Leonard no excuse now, bro? Because I had to sit through all them segments when they was comparing him to Kobe, when they was comparing him to Michael Jordan. So we gonna do that, bro. We can't give them passes. We can't get
He's
this man
not
passes.
Kobe. He's not Kobe, and he's not Mike.
That's
that. Hold on,
It
real
doesn't
quick.
matter though. Like,
That's that. No, Crunch.
This is
It does, Crunch. This is why it matters. This is why it matters, Crunch.
This is the standard that we
Crunch, hold on, Crunch, hold on. It does matter because he's not Kobe. He's not Jordan. He's not those guys. But on top of that, it's not. I'm not making excuses about why he's not this, why he's not that. All I'm saying is, the man's hurt. Like he's hurt. You're not gonna sell out of playoff games if you're not hurt. He's hurt. I think it's time for Kawhi to start considering hanging up his boots. He's hurt. He can't. He can't.
Let me add on to that real quick. Because he hurt his knee in game 1. I'll give him props because he tried to play through it in game 2, and then that's what made it worse. So then he started to miss. That's what he started. That's
He
why
didn't try to play through it. He was busting KD ass.
He was busting his
hold
ass,
on.
and he
If he hurt his
played
knee in
through
game
it.
1, if he hurt his knee in game 1, how do you play game 2?
He played through the injury.
Why didn't
Like
he
you
keep playing?
want him to.
But that's my
But
point, though.
him playing made it worse.
No, bro. No, bro. No, bro.
So you telling me he's low? You telling me he's load managing?
No, on top of
No,
that,
he's hurt.
Low managing.
come on, bro.
He's load managing right now.
Hold on. We
Never
do realize
been in the
Kawhi Leonard
playoffs.
has degenerative knees, though. Hold on. Kawhi Leonard has
does.
degenerative
So
knee
hold on.
conditions.
I wanna get,
Hey, bro, in the bottom right, if he got degenerative knees, why is he in the NBA?
I
Why
mean,
you
it's one of those. I mean,
Why
that
you-
check
but look,
different. That
No, but
$40
look,
million
why
a
you
year is
wasting-
different.
Why are you wasting our time, though?
Hey,
Crunch,
guys,
I missed Crunch. I missed
glad he ain't
it,
go
but I
to
did
the
not
Lakers.
miss this shit. What
I
are
hear
you
what you're
talking
saying,
about?
but again, if a guy does have degenerative knees and he still, when he plays, he does his thing. When he
It's
plays,
like-
he does his thing in the playoffs. I'll give him that too. And look, I'm not a big Kawhi guy.
I'd rather have
I'm not a
AD
big
over
Kawhi guy.
Kawhi now.
Other players don't get that excuse, though.
I mean, I hear you. You don't think with
Because
Kawhi
we was
though,
just on Chris Paul's neck
No,
for the
but
same
that-
thing.
No, but look, they'll get on Kyrie for not being available and injury prone and this and that, and say that he can't be in the echelon of whatever. You know what I'm saying? But Kawhi get all the passes in the world. Why? I mean, why? Because
you know why? Because Kawhi, we seen the peak of Kawhi. We seen that Raptors run was very Jordan-esque,
speaking of Kyrie,
whatever you want to
I
call
seen
it.
Kyrie average 27 in the finals.
Who read
Kyrie?
Super
Where's
Chat?
Kyrie
That's
at?
his thing,
Where
but-
Kyrie at?
Hey, where Kyrie at?
You're not in the playoffs.
Oh shit.
I mean,
Oh.
Kawhi peak though. Kawhi's
So,
peak
hold on.
though is different from
Yeah.
Kyrie. Kawhi,
You
Kyrie
got
at
the-
the
you got
See
the-
what Charles said?
Kawhi Leonard about to be
I
on
agree,
the way Kyrie at right
Why
now.
we talking about the Mavericks right now?
I ain't talking about the Mavericks. I'm just saying
Why we
Kawhi
talking about
Leonard-
Kyrie right now?
Paul's gonna appear
Listen,
somewhere.
I remember back in the day, bro. Even if I had a sprained knee or sprained ankle, bro, if all my friends was gonna be at the court, I probably was still gonna go because I just love playing basketball.
He played though. He tried to play and it made it worse, and then he
No,
couldn't play.
he left. He brought Russell Westbrook over there.
Crunch,
just-
back in the
just
day,
for
he was
Russ-
10 years old. This man is 32.
and that makes
Kids
it
in the
worse.
family.
No, but look, if you do
And,
something,
and
if
you don't got
love
the
something-
degenerative knees either.
And he
but look,
going
if
through
you
the
love
family
something-
problem shit too with his sister. So on
if you
top
love
of that,
something, if you love
he
something, you
has
do
that
it for
knee
free.
problem.
Hey, is that a fat game? Is all this shit
Yeah,
happening?
yeah,
or is
yeah,
that-
it is, it
Okay,
is.
I
Hold
don't
What's
know.
wrong with
Kobe
his
was-
sister?
Hold on, Kobe came
She
to
got
court.
life in
She got
prison.
her body in the casino.
She got
Thought
life in
you had to
prison.
pop some?
Man, listen, bro. I
Oh, free
loyal.
sis.
Listen. I must have been loyal. I'm just blessed that I got to watch Kobe, bro, because I ain't hear none of these excuses, bro. Kobe came from court and dropped 40 and hit a game winner.
Well, Kobe,
Everybody
Oh,
had Kobe though.
yeah, like
what-
you
what
talking
does
about
that
the
have-
mama.
Hold on, coming from
Kobe
court is
the
different,
one
though.
that won.
Coming from
But
court
look,
is
though, right?
different. He's not
Hold on,
injured.
but look, though. So they compared him to Kobe, so that's what we doing, bro. It's too late.
No,
Oh,
who
I never in
compared
my
him
life
to
compared
Kobe?
Kawhi. I never in my life.
I never compared him to Kobe.
Have you? Have you?
Bro, they doing
Have
it
you?
now.
Have you? Have you? Have you?
Who?
Listen, they're doing it now. They're comparing him to Jordan right now.
No.
I've
I
never
don't
heard
think they
that.
are. I mean,
even
the
now.
guys compared
Bro,
to
I
Jordan are
just
just idiots,
seen
or
it on
LeBron's are
TikTok, bro.
idiots.
No, I mean,
The
I'm
only
not
time
saying
I
you
heard
can
that
see
was
it.
in the
I'm not saying
2019
you can
way.
finals.
see it.
The only time I heard
now.
that was 2019 finals. That's
I've
it.
never seen it.
Okay, all right, bro.
I've
I
never
mean,
seen
let's see your
Kobe.
line.
There were segments on
Look,
ESPN. They were talking about it on the 2019
if you
finals,
heard
but that's about it.
I,
But look though, right?
I'll
If you heard
totally
it,
let
if you
that go
heard it,
one ear out the other.
if
Then
you
if
heard
they
it, you
said
heard
that,
it. Look, if you heard it,
Said
you
what?
heard it. If you heard it, it doesn't matter when you heard it. You heard it.
compare him to Kobe. I heard the Michael Jordan stuff though,
I
for
mean, I
sure.
think
I
they're
saying
remember
that
that.
to the
It was because of the post fadeaways during that playoff.
Yeah, they're
run.
not
That's
saying
my
he's as good as Mike. They're saying he got some Mike moves. That's all they're saying.
I ain't say
Yeah,
that.
he's similar.
No, I ain't say that.
He's similar to Mike.
But he's not.
He's similar. He's a similar
His
player.
game is
Two-way
he got
player.
some Mike
Yeah.
game to him. He not Michael Jordan, bro. He's
Nah,
not as
he
good.
ain't
I'm
Mike.
not gonna hear
I'm not
that.
gonna do that.
But he got a little
athletic
Mike to him.
monster like
Well,
Mike.
Playing basketball. Hey, look, at the beginning of the season, I said that he should retire, bro. And it's like every time, like if he got degenerative knees, he shouldn't play. I know people that got degenerative knees that still got to go to work and do overtime. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Overtime on the basketball court.
That's different.
overtime.
Like,
Way
overtime.
you got to mess with heavy machinery.
I hear you. That's a different discussion. Regular people working
Man,
9 to
but
5,
look,
5
love
hours every
something
day.
beautiful.
I hear that.
If you love something, you do it for free. So
Yo,
everybody be talking about.
But Crunch,
Yeah,
here's the
no,
thing.
Kobe
You
wasn't
keep saying
good
if you
as
love
Mike.
something, you do it for free. Maybe that's why he's doing it and playing through a
No.
degenerative knee injury because he
No,
loves
if
basketball.
you great at something, you get paid for it. Don't let them tell
No,
you.
and
know,
that
you
that
do
too
it for
primo.
free.
But
No.
I'm like, we don't know what type of pain bro going through. Bro
he
could really
should
be
get
going
paid.
through the
He
ringer
deserve
right
all the
now.
money he's making, but I'm saying like people be saying that he's trying to protect his money for the future and protect his investment. I mean, bro, these guys.
Maybe he want to play, because if not, he probably would have been out the league.
And maybe he's not good with his money, Crunch. Maybe he broke.
Yo, that background.
Oh no, we've seen Kawhi what he was driving. I think
Yeah, he
Kawhi
got
is spending
set.
that money.
Yeah, but
Kawhi got
no,
a
what I'm
hundred
saying-
million.
I think Kawhi's
No,
very
look.
particular about his money.
Yeah, but
Kawhi
I'm saying,
move like
even
he sell bricks.
people that are particular about their money, we never know. He could have made some
Straight
bad
bags.
real estate.
He also
investments.
got that
Done
New Balance
anything.
contract. He got that New Balance.
Yeah,
brand
but
too
having
himself.
a lot of money don't make you rich. Keeping your money, expanding your money, you never know. He might not be good with his money. I don't know personally, but you hear about it all the time. People get Crunch. That's not what this is about. Don't worry about whose fault it is, brother. What I'm saying is, it's a lot of people that make hundreds of millions of dollars, and then 5-6 years later be broke.
It
So
costs money
don't
to
just
make
assume
it.
don't just assume just because somebody got a fat contract here and here that they still got money. This man might still be playing for his money that he needs.
That's what that means. He cheating us, bro, and he worried about his pockets.
So he's supposed to care more about you than his pockets?
Yes.
You really mean that, bro.
What we're gonna say,
Bro, the fans, if it wasn't for the fans, bro, what are you talking about, bro?
You really believe that too, Crush?
Bro, you supposed to care about the fans, bro. These people care about
the
money
fans.
first. These people care about money first, bro. You got people spending. $8 million.
We love
Alex, I thought you was a man of the people.
You got
I am. But if I gotta choose the people before putting some food in my kids' mouth, bro, come on.
I think it cares
already
about
got.
the fans.
I think a lot
got
of
millions of
people would
dollars.
agree
What
with
you
you.
talking about?
A lot of
Already
people
got
would
millions
agree.
of dollars. Bro.
Hey, do the Clippers cut their losses at this point?
Hold on. You defend.
Yo, yeah.
You defend.
Who asked that?
You defended somebody that already got millions of dollars.
What? So just because you got money means people shouldn't speak up for what's going on? Like,
That's not my
y'all think people that get money are just like exempt from real shit? Like you think he's exempt from being hurt just because he got money?
What you talking? He gets that money.
Like rich people die from cancer every day. Rich people get in car accidents. Rich people are just like me and you, just with a little more bread.
He don't got cancer.
Now I hear what you're saying.
I pray he doesn't. I mean, I'm not trying to put that on him.
Yeah.
He got cancer of the knees.
If Kawhi misses so many games,
Every time he step, he just be.
Listen, you got
Little dust come out.
You got families on overtime. You got families on overtime just so they hope.
The knees of cancer.
That's not Kawhi's fault, Crunch. Like you
It
said,
is,
so you work out whose fault it is. It's not Kawhi's fault that it's that
It
people
is.
got to go to work
bro.
every day.
Oh,
Man.
is that Paul George too?
Yes.
This is an injury.
But Paul George is actually injured. Like if guys get hurt, it's like what do we?
Yes.
If they're really
Oh,
injured,
Kawhi's actually injured.
Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Paul George is injured.
Yeah.
Paul George said that he wasn't going to quit, and he still ain't come back. But he's shooting around before the game.
But he's still
Yo, I
injured. He knows it. He can't run. It doesn't mean he
It's
can run. He
him
can cut. He
or
can play
THC.
basketball.
Shooting around are
It's a
two
game.
different things. Playoff game speed versus shooting around are two.
Crunch, I hear what you're saying. You just
Yeah.
want the guys out on the court, especially in playoff times to win
Well,
a championship.
but
It's
look,
okay to be frustrated.
If they're
Bro.
injured, they're injured though.
No, but
Yeah, you're
that's why
frustrated. I get it, but if they're
I
injured,
was.
Hey, Crunch, is this
Get
which
up,
one is
dude,
worse, Crunch?
rookie.
Is it worse that Kawhi didn't play, or is it worse that LeBron didn't give you them 8 championships? Which one are you more upset about?
It's worse that
Please don't bring that up.
Kawhi didn't play. At least LeBron James got a game.
right on the court.
Right.
Right on the court.
And
Hey,
tried
do the
to-
Clippers blow this up?
No,
Is it-
okay,
is
I
it
think they have to.
I'm
Well,
actually-
what's blowing it
All
up, and what can they
Yo,
do?
wait.
Trading
All this
Paul
Clipper
George?
talk, real quick.
Okay. What's up?
Russell Westbrook had a hell of a game, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, we'll get there. We'll get to that game. We'll get to that game. They played each other. The Clippers and Suns played each other.
It
Yo,
was
I
real
know it's bad.
2016
Feel bad
out there,
for
bro. It was
I
real
feel bad for
2016
Westbrook
out there.
too,
Russ
man.
was going
Listen.
crazy.
I feel bad for Russ
They
because
can't guard him.
series.
God damn.
After this series, everybody gonna be talking about Russ lost in the first round again, but they're gonna ignore all the context of how his teammates quit on him.
Hey,
No,
Russ,
I don't think people gonna be
Russ
saying
gonna
that.
get
I
his
got you, Russ.
respect
They-
on
they
this
scored
one.
And then the Suns fans gonna talk trash like they didn't just be the depleted LA Clippers team. So this is like
The Suns should be blowing them out.
This
They
whole-
should
that's
not be
what
this
I'm
close.
saying. I
They
think
should.
the
They
Clippers
should,
better
but
than-
Russ.
not because
That's
the Clippers
bad.
healthy. The Clippers healthy beat the Suns team in like 5. I'm telling you
Yes.
right now, the Clippers healthy beats the Suns team in
Yo,
5.
it's sad,
Their
bro.
bench is
Y'all seen the way
exposed.
Russ was holding that
Stars are fine.
pose? That boy was shooting that
Bro,
thing,
A
bro.
healthy
Honestly,
Clippers
though,
team could beat anybody.
95%, 90% of
Leonard-
the NBA community and myself owe Russell Westbrook an apology. Called him washed the past couple years. He's terrible. He just
Everybody
wasn't a
out
good
there.
fit. Yeah, he was just wasn't a good fit with the Lakers. But the way that man has been playing the past 2 games, carrying this team on his back,
It's all
making
love.
play after play, shooting the ball well. He's
And
not.
listen,
I've never seen
he's
Russell
shooting the
Westbrook
ball
play
well.
this well in the past couple. Even his OKC days, he's playing amazing. He's shooting the ball well.
Money on the
And his
floor, baby.
playmaking. His turnovers have not been terrible. The amount of ball
Okay.
handling he's been doing and playmaking, his turnovers have not been bad. He's leading this team, putting his teammates in position to succeed, and he's hustling on defense too. He's giving it his all. Shout out Russell Westbrook.
And
doing his thing.
that's what he's done his
So
whole
ball.
career.
Yeah,
No,
no.
but-
What was this defense on the Lakers?
Otto.
No, yeah, the defense is different, bro. He's
He needed-
he's-
all he
he's-
needed-
Yo,
I think
are we
there's a problem
really
with
doing
the-
this right now, y'all?
Yes,
What
Westbrook
about
is
Russ?
a
Russ, hey,
impact
hey,
guy.
the problem
He
with
giving,
Russ
he giving a lot of effort.
trying to find a
Not-
spot for him on a contending team.
This
Was
my
trying
only.
to find a spot for him because his play style doesn't fit a bunch of teams. That's
Wait,
why
wait,
people are critical of
His
him.
play style
When he's
doesn't
on
fit
his
a
own-
team that's trying to win a championship.
Oh,
Don't get
That's
me wrong.
fine.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think Russ got the short end of the stick last year with what happened with the
What's
Lakers.
up,
I don't
Elder?
think that was his fault. But I'm not going to ignore the fact that this is Russell
not
Westbrook.
100%.
Russell Westbrook is who he is. You're not going to win a championship with Russell Westbrook. It's exciting. Russ is a dog. He's not trying. He's trying to win, but it's not winning basketball.
But Bob, hold on. Bob,
And it's been like that
he's
for a
supposed to
long
win,
time,
Bob.
bro.
He's supposed
that's
to
the
beat
problem
them?
right there, bro.
No, I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about just all the rest we've seen.
Man,
Oh, I-
No, bro. He
if-
played
if
good
KD
these
matter of fact,
playoffs.
Because he's the number one option right now.
No, Ron, go ahead.
I thought that this was the best chance in recent years, though. And the sad part is that that narrative is going to continue, even though he had a chance to beat a team that can win the championship. The Suns can win a championship, and the Clippers, if they was healthy, they would have had a chance to beat them. So I think they could have won a championship this season.
That's
If
how the cookie crumbled, though. That's how the cookie
No,
crumbled.
but
It's
he's right though.
basketball.
The Clippers, if healthy, I think would have been championship contenders without a
Hey,
doubt.
I
think
had the
Westbrook was
Clippers.
high
We've
upon
said
Jordan.
that
From the
now.
beginning of the
Last few
season,
years
I had the Clippers. I had the Clippers winning it because I thought some way, somehow, they would be healthy. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I keep thinking some way Paul George and
cursed.
Kawhi just
It's a
stay
cursed
healthy.
franchise.
But I got to stop. This is it. I'm done.
What do y'all
And guess who
The
healthy?
Clippers team
What do
is
you
way
think?
better than what he did with the Lakers. I think the Clippers team, with the shooting, with the guy like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, are better off-ball players
Anthony
than
Davis.
LeBron just because they're shooting.
Back door. I agree with you right now. We wasn't agreeing a little earlier, but I'm agreeing with you right now. Russ is gonna look like this when he don't got nobody else. I don't know.
He was looking like this with Kawhi Leonard too. He was looking like this.
Yeah,
with
he was
Kawhi
doing
Leonard
good.
ball.
That's a fact. That's a fact, John. I'm just saying, like, can we please stop? Like, Russ,
He
we love
fit
you, Russ.
good on
Hey,
that
Russ,
team.
I love
They
you,
can
Russ.
shoot.
But this ain't.
Apologize, Russell Westbrook. You a top 5 point guard all
Apologize,
time, Westbrook.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yo, Ron, get him out of here.
Stop playing with
He's not lying.
I got him.
Don't do that. Don't
I
do
got
that.
him.
Ron, stop.
No, he's not
We're
lying.
overcorrecting. We're overcorrecting again.
Thank you, Tiggy.
We're overcorrecting again.
Hey, y'all are so extreme. Y'all are so extreme. Y'all either way over here or way over there. There is a gray area.
Don't do this.
No, sir.
Hold
John
on.
Yo,
Stockton
there
cannot do what
is a
Westbrook
gray
is doing right
area.
now.
There is a gray
Jason Kidd
area.
could not do what Westbrook is doing right now. Not John
All
Stockton.
right.
Not Jason Kidd. Gary Payton couldn't do what Westbrook is doing right now.
I can't do
Westbrook
this.
doing
I
his
can't do
thing,
this.
carrying teams.
Hey, yo,
Huh?
I'm not talking about. Hey,
Is he
Jenna,
done
what
yet?
I'm
Whoa.
agreeing with you, and I'm not talking about right
Is he
now.
done?
I'm
Yeah, I
talking
got
about
you.
from 2013
Yes,
until
sir.
right now. I'm
That's
talking
not
about
hear
the
you.
body
Yes.
of work. Right
Yeah,
now,
look,
I don't understand why we're up here so surprised. Like, oh my God, Russell Westbrook's playing good. Oh my God, this.
Right.
You guys let one little bad situation paint Russell Westbrook.
One little bad
One.
situation.
Stop.
It was a
Stop.
skit. It
Stop.
What about what Dame did to
going
him?
against
What about the
Russ,
playoffs against the Portland Trailblazers? Him
Okay.
and Paul George. And this is MVP Paul George.
Yo,
Come on, Ryan.
time out though. Everybody done got bounced in the first round. I can run to everybody's situation. Stop.
By a rookie? By a
Stop.
rookie?
Hey, Ron, everybody
Come on,
still
stop.
got
At
swept last
30? I know one
Everybody-
person
everybody
who
got
ain't get
bounced
bounced
by a
in the
rookie in
first
the first
round in their
Just about
prime.
everybody's got bounced. Like, bro,
By a
come on,
rookie,
we're not
though?
gonna
Yeah,
do
by a
that.
Just
rookie?
about.
By a
We're not
rookie?
gonna do that.
Yeah.
You went Ron. You went from everybody got bounced. You went.
Yeah.
You went most people. Then next you're gonna say
Okay,
some people.
okay,
You're gonna be like every once in a while.
Because I know this one dude
All right, then we'll look though.
in his prime never got
Let's
bounced.
keep the same energy across the board. Then I want the same energy to be applied to Chris Paul. I want the same energy to be applied to Damian Lillard.
Hey,
I want
give me
the
Russ
same
over Chris
energy
Paul.
to be applied to John Stockton as well. And I keep the same energy with all those guys, and I hold
John
them all in high
Stockton was
regard.
getting it done, though.
people.
When?
No, but look
He
though,
was
right?
He's
getting
getting
there.
bounced too. Don't make me bring Low up here.
People get mad
You know
when
I
you
would
what I'm
hate to
saying?
do that.
Hey, look.
I remember
People
John
think-
Stockton hitting
Lord
the
don't
jumper.
want no trouble.
People get mad when you say Russ top 5, but they don't get mad when you say Chris Paul top 5.
That's
I
what
do.
I'm
I
saying.
got Russ
Because
over
I'm thinking Chris Paul. Westbrook.
They're different types of point guards. I think Russ is definitely
They
more.
both
Of
did-
a
I would
point
say
guard.
Chris Paul's career.
Bro, Chris Paul is a better
Jerry
point
West
guard
a
than
point
Russell
guard?
Westbrook. Chris Paul is a
West-
better
What's
point guard
y'all
than Russell
said that?
Westbrook.
It's like this. It's like
Hold
this.
on,
Chris Paul's a better fit on most teams.
Get back,
Chris Paul's a
Pedro.
better fit on most teams, but as a better player, you can make a case Westbrook has more skills and is a better player.
Yeah.
I don't think he has more skill than Chris Paul. If
Yeah.
we're talking about just skill,
Chris Paul is more
better.
skilled.
Hey, I don't care about. I don't care how you spin it.
Styles.
I don't
Yeah,
care how you
play
spin it though.
styles.
Like either way, Chris Paul's better than Russ, bro.
So this is the point I'm trying to say. Is
Oh.
if
And that's
you
not saying
replace-
much to me. I'm not.
if-
I
if-
don't want neither one of them.
If you put Chris Paul on this team without, and I understand they're losing, but without Kawhi and Paul George, do they have better success? Are the games closer, or do they even win any of these games? With the pieces that's around
38-year-old
them?
Chris Paul. Or
No,
No. We can go prime Chris Paul.
No,
Oh,
no.
what?
Nah, well, that's
I
a
prime Chris Paul. The Pelicans.
Fast prime
But
Chris
prime
Paul.
Russ was filthy too.
CP3,
Yeah.
08 CP3 would
Yeah. Oh wait, with the Pelicans?
Oh, no,
with the Hornets.
It'd be a tied series right now.
The Hornets.
Damn, bro, we're going back 15 years.
Now
bro.
you guys see what I'm saying though? How we talk about Chris
Damn.
Paul. Now I'm gonna break this whole
Chris
thing
Paul was
down.
second in MVP voting in
Yeah,
08.
okay, and I'm gonna break this whole thing down to decimals. You take whatever Chris Paul you want to. You said 08, 09. So you mean to tell me is if you take 08, 09, Chris Paul, put him on this roster with Eric Gordon, Zubac, Terrence Mann, and whoever else is out there. You put them around Chris Paul, and you mean to tell me he's gonna lead them to he's gonna perform better than Russ did and lead them closer to victory or to victory?
Neither one of them are going to win the series, Ron, and that's what's
You know what?
important. Who
I
cares
think-
if
I
they're
think
not going to
Russ-
win?
I
I'm
think-
not even asking about the series. I'm just saying a game.
I
Can
think
he
Russ-
give me a game?
Russ can do more with less, but Chris Paul
Who,
can do
08
more
Chris
with
Paul?
elite talent. You
Yeah.
say that.
Right.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
And I agree with
I
that.
agree with
Jordan.
that. I agree with that.
Jazz. My
I agree
bad.
with
Jazz.
that, John, for sure.
Yo,
Look, I think Chris
Primo,
Paul,
what?
I think Chris Paul never
Hold
turned.
on. Who y'all say could do more with what?
So Westbrook can do more with less talented players and
I don't
elevate them,
agree
while Chris
with
Paul
that.
can do more with the
I
elite.
disagree.
I think
So
about
you-
that Thunder
I
team that Chris Paul
disagree.
took. I think about
Yeah.
that Thunder team.
That is
I
a
don't
good
know.
point.
Dort,
Who did that Thunder team lose to in the playoffs?
They had
The
Shaq.
Rockets.
the Rockets in
To
seven.
Russ. It was to Russ.
In seven.
Mm.
Well, not Russ, but Russ's team.
They
So
had
it's a
some
better
bad-
team, Ron. Like
Harden-
the Rockets were a better
Harden
team.
got the block and everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say they lost to the better team. Like,
Harden got the block.
Russ-
They were
They
supposed to
that
lose
under
that.
team to make the playoffs.
Nah,
And they almost won too.
I didn't, Tegan. I didn't. At that point, I
No
thought Chris
one
Paul
did.
was. I thought Chris Paul was washed at that point. Chris
Yeah,
Paul
but
really had a
everyone thought
resurgence
that.
that year.
No, but I
That
can
was
say
a common opinion. And
But he's washed now, though.
Then,
I can
then,
say Russ had-
then you put Chris
Even
Paul
Russ
and
had
the
a bad
Suns,
team.
and where they go?
when Russ had a bad team, though, he averaged a 30-point triple-double.
That's fact.
He was
carrying-
averaging
he
a
was carrying
30-point
scraps.
triple-double on good teams.
But the team was bad.
Yo, the
when,
point
when,
of
when Chris was balling, they
Chris
was
Paul wasn't
top
even the best player on that team.
top 3 seeds. I'm talking about when Chris
but
Paul
Primo,
was Chris
but
Paul.
they still had a solid team though. In that time in place in the league, they had a good team.
What? What team?
The Hornets team that Chris Paul was on.
But what about that
I
OKC
think it was
team?
David West.
OKC
Walt
team was
Frazier.
that team was mid. It was a little better than we'll give him credit for, but that team in the grand
That
scheme of
was
things,
what
it wasn't all.
Shea
of that.
over there playing with him right now.
Are we
No,
praising
no.
losing?
No, we're not praising losing. We gotta put into context what they did with the
Are we
situation
praising
they had.
losing right now?
Shea
I wanna know.
is averaging 30 points, and they
Yes,
can't
we
get
are.
in
If
the
we're talking about
play-in.
Russell West, or if we're talking about Chris Paul, we're praising losing.
You had it right the first time, Ron.
Both
If
of
we're
them
talking
did.
about Russell
Both of
Westbrook,
them
yes,
did.
we're praising losing.
Both of them.
Chris Paul,
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Let's get off
sure.
of them because both of them bozos
Chris Paul's
have really sapped their whole careers.
Wait, has Russell Westbrook ever been on a championship contending team? Like the OKC team with Paul George and
Yes.
Carmelo.
Yes.
They
Yes.
were really
He has-
expected to win
he
a
has-
championship.
All those
when they-
OKC
when they
teams.
when they blew the 3-1 lead, that was a championship team in my
Oh,
opinion.
Every team
Kevin
that took
Durant
K
years.
So the Kevin Durant years, it wasn't all Westbrook. Kevin Durant had some bad games there too. Everyone
Exactly.
blamed
Yeah, he
Westbrook.
did.
It was like
He
a-
choked
it
in
was
that
like a-
big one.
there was like a
Exactly.
2-3 year span where they were like consistently hurt.
Bro,
But in
and- yeah,
2016,
that
that
too.
that year was their best chance in my
I
opinion.
would say
Mm.
they
They
stayed
went.
together. I think they
And the
could have
year they
figured it out.
went
They were still young. Don't get me wrong.
to play
Westbrook was
against
still young
LeBron.
at
The
that
year they
time.
went, yeah, the
You
year
know,
they
learn-
went.
like,
They had a
Westbrook
squad
right now
that
is
year.
more mature. He understands. He's not pushing. He's not being as reckless with the ball. He's not taking as many stupid shots. This Westbrook right now, he's taking smart shots. He's getting.
Jalen, that's what I'm saying. If this is him being less reckless, then like that, I mean, if this is him being less
No, he
reckless,
balling. I'm gonna give him. His
he balling, but he's still reckless though. He still throw the ball like Chitchat said. He's gonna throw the ball to the 5th row.
But
That's just his game.
bro,
He still gets some good passes off his teammates.
bro. Now he's out there with role players, and y'all still got the same narrative, bro. That's sad to me, bro. That's
He
sad.
always
You
play with
just
role
gonna be
players.
sad.
It's
You just gonna be sad. If you need some Kleenex, I'll send you some. You gonna be sad. We talking about Russell Westbrook, bro, because it's just not what y'all want it to be, bro. Russ has underachieved.
Oh, listen,
so many
It's
times.
like
Hold
it's a
on,
good thing to
hold on.
watch him be the number one option and do this, but it doesn't wipe the narrative of what we've seen the past couple of years, where his
Exactly.
play style
No.
doesn't fit a
Hold on.
championship level winning team. It just
Bro,
doesn't
y'all
fit.
not listening,
Nigga,
bro.
you weird.
Y'all are really not listening to me, bro. The man on a championship contending team right fucking now, and his team quit.
They're hurt. What you keep telling me? They're hurt.
They're just hurt. They're hurt. He's a lucky guy.
Bro, that's what I will just
I'm
say
not
that.
gonna base it off of a what if.
He can't play well in a championship contender because he's doing it as we speak.
He is.
talking about?
You
I
put
agree
Paul
with
George
you,
and Kawhi
Clarence.
Leonard on the court with him. I think he still plays great, and they beat the Suns team.
Right. So what are we talking? Like, why are we still saying he
What
can't?
Leaf talking about?
He's getting very unlucky this year. I just think Westbrook's
Like,
playing
it's-
the best, some of the
all
best
right.
basketball, and his guys are.
Listen,
I
y'all
do.
talking about Chris
I feel
Paul
bad for him.
third season in the NBA, and y'all got him over Westbrook, bro. Chris
I
Paul's
don't.
best. Chris Paul's best season was his third season in the NBA. This man never turned a corner.
I'm gonna bring everything back to the first statement I was making. If you take that 08-09 Chris Paul and put him on this team, you guys mean to tell me that he's gonna come close to getting a game against a Devin Booker that's
series is
scorching hot right
That's
now?
cool.
A
If you
Kevin
take-
Durant that is practically unstoppable.
let me put it better.
DeAndre
like this.
Ayton and an older version of Chris Paul as well. It's
If you put
no
Chris Paul
way.
on that OKC team when they lost that 3-1 lead, who wins?
That's a little different,
No,
though.
I think
Oh,
the Warriors.
That's a
okay.
little different, though.
Okay.
Jalen already alluded to that. Chris Paul will be better with more.
No, but look, Chris Paul lost with James Harden though at his peak.
Give him Kate. No,
got hurt.
Chris Paul was balling.
Paul got hurt.
Oh,
He was
he
balling.
lost.
Carrying.
No, he
He's a
lost.
hamstring away from
Arian.
the finals.
No, but he lost the year after that in less
He got-
games. He went
He
down.
was hurt. He was messed
He
up
was
that
hurt.
year.
No,
He
I'm
was
saying
hurt both years, no?
No,
After
yeah, that
Yeah, he
year.
was hurt both years. He had
Yeah,
a
he
shoulder
slowed
issue
up
in the
that
second
year.
year.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all make excuses then, bro.
Hey, that's
What
good.
excuses? He's
It's not
hurt.
excuses.
So
It's
how do
just
I-
the reality of the situation. He's hurt, man.
So how do we know that he wouldn't have got hurt if he was on that team versus Golden State in 2016?
Can
I
I
mean,
get
injuries we're not going to predict, right? It just happens.
give a young Chris Paul?
Because we're talking about
Wait,
hypotheticals.
Y'all
repeat that? I didn't
y'all
hear
talk
that.
about hypotheticals too, though, because this man Chris Paul don't got a championship. So how you know he would have won anything?
Wait, Crunch, repeat that thing you said before that. I didn't hear it.
What you talking about?
Like
No, I
what
was
you
saying
just said right now
Paul
before you. What?
He lost to the Warriors with James Harden, and James Harden was averaging 34 that season.
Right, he got hurt, right? So
Yeah, but
after
he
that,
wasn't
you had said
averaging
something after that.
34 in that
Talking about
series.
the Kevin Durant Warriors that year?
Averaging 35.
Not in that series.
That year, Chris
He
Paul
didn't
was dealing with a
average
shoulder
30.
issue. He was dealing with a shoulder
And he
issue.
didn't average 35.
That year, the Rockets
that
and the
year.
Warriors went to Game 7. The Kevin Durant Warriors. If Chris Paul was healthy, they might have
hold on,
beaten
bro.
the Warriors.
And they don't miss 27
Hold-
threes and get fouled on half of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough. That game.
No, T,
Man.
don't know that hurt.
Top
Chris Paul
bosses
was
still
putting
can't see.
Curry in
I'm
the
still
blender.
butthurt about that.
Bro, listen,
No,
Hey, Tegan, I feel your pain, fam.
bro, Tegan. I'm saying here after that, they played the Warriors again, and KD went down. So now that's the same team that Russ and them lost to in 2016 because there was no KD.
I'm also just pointing out that CP3 was dealing with a shoulder injury for most of that season and the playoffs too.
Bro.
Hey,
Look,
man.
It's not an excuse.
CP3 has had his playoff failures. Don't be wrong. He has had his playoff
I'd
failures.
rather play with KD.
Yeah, but
than
also
Trevor
Westbrook shouldn't lose to a rookie Donovan Mitchell in the first round in 6 games.
Hold on,
I mean,
but
we
that
could go
rookie-
back and forth.
Yo, time out though.
That team was just nice.
That team was
just a good
good.
team.
You
Yeah,
guys,
that
you
team
guys
was
would
good.
say Donovan Mitchell because he was balling out. He did not
Yeah,
lose to
that
Donovan
team
Mitchell.
was just
He
good.
lost to a
OKC
well
should've
coached
beat them
team
boys.
that was well rounded. Actually, to keep it a buck, that Jazz team was better than that.
Paul
Thunder
George,
team.
Paul George, and Melo Soul.
Bro,
Great
bro.
defense.
That Jazz team was better than
Right.
that Thunder
Honestly,
team.
2020.
honestly,
Hindsight's
without-
2020.
That
Stop it.
Jazz team was
We
better
all
than that
thought
Thunder team.
OKC was going to beat them.
Hindsight's
Russ-
2020.
Hey, Tegan, you said that we can go back and forth, right? But can we go back and forth for MVPs?
You feel me, Lee?
No, but I could still. If you want to just value MVP as the end all be all, then sure. I'm not gonna debate.
Man, they gave him a legend.
That Chris
a
There's no way
MVP.
OKC was supposed to lose that series, bro. Like,
No,
they were
it
supposed
was
to-
better.
No way.
That
Melo
team
and
was
Paul
better.
George sold. Melo and
Yeah,
Paul
they
George
sold. They did, but at the
It
end of the
don't
day,
matter.
though, before
It
the
was
series
the
started,
you're right. They
nobody
should have
thought
never
the Jazz were going to
They
win.
should have
that.
never lost. Yeah, they should have
Period.
never lost. I agree with
Oh
you.
yeah, nobody thought the Jazz.
Only people that thought the Jazz was going to win was a couple
Jazz
Mormon
fans.
families from Utah. Nobody else thought that
From
was
Salt
going
Lake
down like
City.
that.
No, I get that, but where was that Jazz team finishing those years in the regular season standings? I know the regular season is not the playoffs, but
Not
it
that
shows
year.
it
That
shows
was
your
his rookie
ability to win and
season.
how good you are as a team. If
Right.
you
I
can
think
wrap
that was
up
before they
wins in
got
the regular season.
Bojan. Was that even before they got Bojan?
No, Bojan was there.
Okay.
Let me see. What year was this?
The Jazz,
2016?
that was 4th and 5th.
They had Ingles.
The
They
OKC
had
was
Donovan
fourth.
Mitchell,
The
And
Jazz-
Joe
Ingles,
Ingles,
Rudy
Rudy
Gobert,
Gobert.
Ricky Rubio, Derek Favors, Jay Crowder.
Rubio was locking
Royce.
up
Yeah, Ron,
Westbrook,
that year the Jazz
putting
was
it
fifth.
on Westbrook.
So it wasn't even
did
like
not
that.
have Bojan.
That's when Joe Ingles made Paul George his youngest son.
Joe Ingles low key nice.
This
Hey,
is
Westbrook was still
2018 or 17?
Rubio too.
That's a 17-18
Westbrook.
season.
17-18 team.
Yeah.
Yo, so obviously,
And then
no
we could
points
go about how the
decided to do
Trailblazers
coach.
beat them in 5.
They both had the same record.
That's the
They
one
both had
right
the
there.
same
The
record.
Trailblazers one was crazy.
It's sad that
Don't
y'all
look
trying
like that
to
record.
for it, bro. It's sad to me. I'm trying to
That's
put
not that
I'm
ridiculous
happy
either.
for
It was me-
Westbrook
they
to
was-
be
they
able
was
to
messing
prove
with
that he
Dame.
can
that's
still put up
ridiculous.
good counting stats
That's
on
ridiculous,
as a
bro.
one option.
They
They
were
got
not.
scraped
They
in
was
5.
Yo, all right,
Like
for sure, probably should
Dame.
have lost in 5. But here's the thing, though.
Who better?
Damian
Should've had low.
Paul
Damian
George
Lillard
or
and
CJ
CJ
McCollum?
McCollum ain't nothing to mess with, though.
Yeah,
Yo,
that Portland team was nice. That Portland team was
Ask
nice.
Ray Zahn and Drew. Ask Ray
highest
Zahn
score
and
was
Drew.
Enos Freedom.
Hey, yo, I got a question for the panel real quick, and then I'm gonna leave and come back. What do y'all think is the worst failure? The Nets with KD and Kyrie or the Clippers?
So the
KD
Nets,
and Kyrie. KD and Kyrie.
No, Nets with the KD and Kyrie though, they were just hurt.
They
They
had
played like what,
Harden.
30 games together, if that, not even 30 games. They never got to play together. That's
Yeah,
just
but
an unfortunate situation where no one.
I mean, you
was-
could say
think-
the
they
same
never got
thing
to play
for
together.
That's because the Nets was
You
corny.
could kind of say the same thing about the Clippers too. Like,
Yeah.
The Nets got swept in the first round. So.
The Nets was corny,
look,
man.
they
They were
did better.
sabotaging
Clippers did
Kyrie.
better than KD without Kyrie because he won that series when Kawhi went down.
You could argue it's the Clippers just because they had more opportunity in the playoffs, and they also I know Paul George or one of them two were hurt like every series, but the blown 3-1 lead, I believe it was in the bubble.
At least they
Yeah,
went to
but
the Western
they choked against
Conference
Luka,
Finals.
right? They choked against Luka. Luka beat him.
Oh,
Luka
stupid,
ended up
though.
beating him.
The Nets was more
At
stupid.
least the Clippers went to the Western Conference Finals. The Nets didn't do a thing. They got all them players over there. Said
Yeah,
they
you
didn't
gotta
need
put
a
it to
coach.
context.
Hey, he was
They
two
do
shoe
nothing.
sizes short about tying
No,
that
look
series
though.
with the
No,
Bucks.
look. I think the
Man,
Nets
I don't care about that.
were stupid, bro. The Nets had a whole team ready to win a championship with it. They had depth all across the roster. They had defense in the paint and scoring on. They traded all that away. Brought in James Harden, who's another MVP.
Yeah.
Nothing. Even in the season after that, not
I
even
totally agree.
And
They
then this
didn't need Harden.
right. And then this season, it's looking all right. They just both dipped. They ran away from Giannis and went to the Western Conference.
No, that's because the
Hey,
team
Crunch.
wasn't backing Kyrie.
Oh, well, yeah,
Kyrie ain't do nothing wrong, man.
I wanted the max. He didn't want to give him the max.
You allowed
But you know that you got a
Oh,
politic though.
that's
You got a
4 years.
politic though, Primo. Like
But that's
he might
4
not have
years
been
ago.
all the way wrong, but you got a politic, especially at that
I
level.
don't. What you mean? I'm allowed to watch
they
what I
had-
want
they
to
had-
watch.
Nah, you are. But I'm saying I'm not talking about so much Kyrie as much as I'm talking about like the ownership and the GMs. They had to save face on some political stuff. You know, there's a big,
No,
it's a
they
big,
got money. They got to
No,
back their player.
With the Nets
They don't
situation,
need
there are so
no-
many other factors that contribute to why that team didn't work.
Non-basketball
out. Yeah,
factors.
non-basketball, right?
Yeah.
Because on the court, you put those guys together, they probably would have won a championship. There's too much talent on the court. If they just
I think
never
what
put
makes-
Man, it
things
was all
together.
about them not backing
What-
Kyrie, man.
Yeah,
He
but
was
Primo,
right.
on top
He was
of that,
right.
on top of that though, Primo, Kyrie can't just. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bro,
my
he
thing,
was-
I said
What
a
did
while
Kyrie
ago,
do wrong?
But I'm not. Hold on, I'm about to get to that. My thing is Kyrie is his own person. Kyrie is the type of cat that's not really meant to be in the NBA following rules. He wants to be his own person. Now I'm not
I
talking
am
about
following
the
rules. What
Wait,
rules he
hold
break?
on, bro. I'm about to tell you. Not only that, but when you decide, I just want to take personal days to go to my sister's parties and stuff like that. That puts a black eye on your resume. It's like he just wants to be him.
Year. That wasn't last year or this year. They suspended him, made him not play because of the vaccine, which he was right about, because they switched the law. He was right. He wasn't wrong. You know what I'm saying? And then they didn't want to let him play. They wanted to let him play half game, no
They
game.
didn't want to believe that boy.
But like what
Yeah,
I'm saying,
bro, he
Primo,
was
all
right.
I'm saying, Primo, what I'm saying is it's
third
not.
eye.
Primo, it's not about right in the NBA, NFL, all these huge corporations. It's not about right or wrong. It's about the fact that this person wants to be his own. He wants to be himself, and you just can't do that. I'm not trying. I don't agree with you. I don't agree
if
with
the
it.
law state that.
It said the law don't run the NBA.
Yeah, that was the whole reason though. He never
Maybe
broke
they
an
should
NBA
listen
rule.
to Kyrie's third eye. Okay.
The law don't run the
He
NBA.
never broke
though,
an
you know what I'm
NBA
saying?
rule though. The reason why he couldn't play, but it was because of the law. It wasn't
no
about
way.
the NBA.
Ron, can I show that real quick?
What? Kyrie's third
This
eye.
comment? No, this comment. That's
Oh.
crazy. No, not that one. This one. Hey, could you imagine?
That's
that true?
crazy.
Oh
Is that-
my God!
That
If
makes
that's true,
sense.
Is that
we are
makes
dangerously looming. Don't fuck with us, man.
Hey,
Yo.
hey,
Yeah.
real quick, real quick on the Nets.
It's 2-1 right now, Ron.
We
Why he got to pipe down? It's 2-1 right now, gang. Gang, talk that shit, gang.
I'm gonna talk shit, but real quick, it's a
Okay,
sad 2-1, bro. The people done got hurt, man. Oh my
Oh,
God.
hey, y'all pray for Vic. Y'all pray for Vic.
Yeah,
That's
that
my
was
man.
some
I feel so
bullshit,
bad. I
man.
feel so bad for him, bro.
I hate to see that shit.
Every
man.
time he come back, some dumb shit gotta happen, bro.
Yeah.
It's so
Have
bad.
they
I think he
No, they
about
they
to.
haven't said anything though.
So do
You
the
should've
Heat win
seen-
this
you should've-
series?
You should have seen his face, bro, when he fell.
seen it.
Is there any update
Oh
on
my
Giannis
God.
on the series? Is there any update with Giannis?
Nah.
The thing is, Gabe, you knew it was serious because it happened on the takeoff instead of the landing.
And it's
So
the same
you
knee.
gonna
It's the same knee.
He didn't even get off the ground, man. Y'all
Hey
pray
Ron,
for
is we
Vic,
gonna
for
start
real.
talking about Giannis being a little bit, man? Hold on, man.
He just hurt.
He always get hurt. Hold on, this ain't his
We gotta
first time.
stop.
I'm
Maybe
all tired
Giannis
of
been
him.
hurt.
I want to get a take off
What?
on that.
He
Nets.
Ron, he be getting hurt.
He be
He's just like
playoffs.
Joel, but he only got
You want
those.
me to name
The
him?
difference between Giannis and Joel is
He
Giannis
has
got a ring.
gotten hurt. He got hurt.
And two
He got hurt in the
MVPs,
bubble. He got hurt the year after that when they won the chip when he hurt his knee, and then he got
Oh,
hurt.
he
this year.
did. You right.
And he hurt again.
I do want to get a take off on that.
And he
that
got hurt
Nets
the
Clippers
first time.
comparison.
Yeah, he got hurt in the
Go ahead.
bubble, lost to us.
No, remember the year before that when they played, he got nicked up. He played though, but he had lost. They had lost to like Boston or something. I forgot who they lost to. My memory ain't good. But he got nicked up that year too.
The thing
Then he
about it
came
though
back.
is I'm not and Tegan, we about to get back to that too, because it is something that I kind of want to comment on about it too. But before we do that, I just want to say, like, yo, we actually seen Giannis's injury. You seen him fall out the air onto his lower back. Well, and then I further want to use that to just kind of make a Kawhi point too. Like, I don't think we should really hold it against players for being injured. Like, you are what you are. If your body is fragile, your body's fragile. But in the midst of that, obviously,
I
some
can hold
players
it against you if I'm hiring you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're not hiring him though.
I'm saying this is what we said. If you're not a reliable worker, then I got right to talk about that. I mean, you was great when you play, but you're not consistent. I gotta let you go.
Is Tyler Hero holding the Miami Heat offense back if they're the number one? Is Tyler Hero holding them back?
I've been questioning Tyler Hero's.
You take Tyler Hero out, and they're the number one offense in the playoffs.
They're a better team with Tyler.
You paid all that money.
You don't want him?
Hell no.
Oh, all right, we'll take him in Cleveland or something. We'll get him on the Cavs. Let him play that wing
have
spot.
To give somebody
Tyler Hero a good trade chip too. Remember, I was
they were holding on to him when they were during the James Harden talks. They were holding on to him.
I'll take Tyler Hero over James Harden.
Who's a bigger trade chip?
Don't do this.
Who's a bigger trade chip?
Tyler Hero.
I mean, that's fine. I don't hate it. That's fine. I don't hate it. Austin Reeves type real though.
Right, Chris. He said, "Read my super
just like Taylor Horn.
What question, Chris?
Right, Taylor Horn Tucker was a thing too.
He's a bum.
Everybody clutching to their pearls, man.
But Tegan, because I am about to get to these super chats. Tegan, before we do that though, what was your comment on the Nets versus Clippers?
Man.
Who was a bigger failure?
I think we could talk about the laws and everything about the off the court things, but the reason why the Nets one is worse, obviously you can just do counting 3 superstars versus 2. But the way that KD left, which he had every right to, but he left a really good situation with the Warriors. You have Kyrie saying that he wanted to stay in Boston, dips. The way that I lived in Houston when he left Houston, James Harden, the way that he handled that
was terrible.
Terrible.
No,
you have the way that you leave these teams, these franchises, specifically the way that Harden was with that franchise, in the way that he leaves, and that just to fail, completely fail, and not even in like 3 years, 4 years, just like that, and to give up all that draft capital, it's worse than the Clippers. Because the Clippers, we know, are a good team. They've constructed a good roster, a deep roster with a good head coach around them. I mean, Kyrie came in and said, "We want Steve Nash. Get Kenny Atkinson out of here." They got everything they wanted, and they still just fell straight on their face. That's why the Nets one's worse. The Nets one, I think, is clearly worse. It's the worst one of all time. It's worse than the 2010 Lakers. It's the worst super team that has ever been constructed, and it failed a massive way.
That's a fair point. The amount of stuff they have to give up in terms of, like the coach, whether it be the picks, getting rid of guys, makes sense.
Hey, what team were you talking about, Tegan? I missed it.
The Nets. I think their super team was much like more of a failure. The Clippers one is a failure because we just it's like a slow burn. You keep just sitting there like, it might happen. At least the Lakers got a championship because both the Lakers, both the LA teams are what ifs. What if they stay healthy? We're seeing it right now with the Lakers.
Yeah. This.
Hey, okay, that's nice. I like that. OG LeBron.
That's St. V. Brian got this. Brian ain't got this joint.
Hey, but I mean to cut you off though, Tegan. I got.
No, you good. I got my takeoff. Yeah. I think the Nets is a much worse super team, failure than the Clippers.
Yeah, I stand behind that, and more so because of the regard that we hold these guys in. Like, yes, we do hold Kawhi to a high regard, and we do also hold Paul George to a high regard too. But Kevin Durant has been said. I've heard people say he's top 5, 3 to be exact. I've heard a lot of people say he's top 10.
Top 15.
Okay, but we can even go further than that. We can say something that's not even that ridiculous. Top 25, top 20. That's not that ridiculous.
Yeah,
do you see what I'm saying?
Remember the guy that that ticket I brought on to open gym.
You talking about Keith Close?
Remember he had KD at 6.
So you see what I'm saying, though?
I think
so
at 6 above LeBron. He had KD at 6 and LeBron at 8.
Anybody with KD above LeBron, we don't take serious. We do not take serious.
Shout out to Ticket
Anybody
TV.
with LeBron not in the one.
Shout out to
Chris Bouchard on there.
Oh, that's a fact. Hey, don't Dell got KD at 3?
Yeah,
KD has. I said it's specific 3. I said I know people that have him top 5 in specific 3. I wasn't gonna name no names.
All time.
All time.
That's like a favorite player though. That's not a basketball discussion. That's like an emotional feeling.
No, he
I like KD.
I like KD.
Yeah, he got him.
Well, I do got Scottie at 10.
I like KD. Trust me, I've been there a long time.
My man, Bob.
I've been there a long time.
That's my him and KG. That's my favorite player. So
Putting him
I'm biased
to
to.
crazy.
Yo, but that's the point I'm making though. I'm like, so you got KD who's held in such high regards. Like whether you guys have him top 10 or top 20 or top 30, we all know KD is the shit. Then you have James Harden.
He's great.
A dude who could have won back-to-back MVPs. A dude who in and of itself is a triple-double machine, an offensive force. I've heard people say James Harden is the greatest offensive player of all time. I've heard people say he's a better offensive player than Michael Jordan. So you got him too. Then you put in a NBA champion, somebody who actually put the nail in the casket against the.
I might get into a fight if somebody
say
that.
Man, you know I was ready to trip, but you know, look, you see,
like, bring out all the jerseys.
I'm about to get on James Harden's ass too. James Harden, you're done today. Today's the day.
Today.
Look, so you got James Harden, and then you got Kyrie Irving too. Who I don't gotta get into Kyrie. People that would say he's the most skilled point guard of all time. So you got one of the most skilled scorers of all time, two of them, and you got three of the most skilled scorers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you put them all on one team. How does it not work? Now, obviously, on the court it worked, but it was just a lot of bullshit off the court, which makes it even worse.
And the Clippers had competition. It was Bron and AD. It was Kyrie and KD. The Clippers got the...
Oh, no.
We've lost Primo.
His internet said stop. Stop while you're
Someone called him. I called him.
I thought LeBron sent the goons to get his jacket back.
Hey, but Tegan, what's crazier? What's crazier, honestly? Me having Scottie at 10 or Dale having KD at 3?
You having Scottie at 10.
Okay.
I ain't going for
Scottie at 10 is low. I love you, Ox, but I mean, you could see the argument with KD just because he's just such an anomaly when it comes to his skill set.
Yeah.
But
I think Grant Hill better than Scottie Pippen. I got Scottie Pippen better than Grant Hill, and I do. Scottie Hill was definitely better player than Scottie Pippen.
Grant Hill was on his way. Grant Hill was on his way. Grant Hill was gonna. He was gonna.
I'm not going to use a hypothetical to rank a player right now.
Even when I saw the Detroit years, Grant Hill was. I mean, you talking about scoring.
I think he was better than Scottie too at his peak. And if you take the best version of Grant Hill. He's better than Scottie Pippen.
That's no slight to Scottie. I hold Grant Hill to a high regard.
We're talking about at a peak. We're not talking about the full resume, Tegan, because obviously Scottie's.
That's not how it works.
It's not how
we're ranking the players.
We're saying who is more skilled, who is better.
Every different criteria. So I might value peak more.
Grant Hill, is it top 10? What top 15?
Honestly,
you can't have it. Like, so I'm not talking about Grant Hill right now when I say the statement. I'm just saying in general. You can't play 13 seasons and get judged off of 2.5 of them because that was your best 2.5 years. You got to average that shit out. Like how
Tracy McGrady got to have a crazy peak.
If we're asking,
Tracy McGrady's peak got to be crazy.
Scottie got better D than Grant Hill.
I think Grant Hill was a better player than Scottie Pippen.
I think Tracy McGrady got a top 15 peak.
He could have been better.
I think Grant Hill was on his way. Grant Hill was on his way to being top 10 for sure. Grant Hill. Like I don't even think that's a crazy hypothetical. I think it's obvious to everybody that if Grant Hill would have had a good, full healthy career, he would have been easy top 15 and most people's top 10.
He's the player that I would like. Whenever people are like, if you put LeBron in the 90s, what would he do? He would do what Grant Hill numbers are, just 10 times better.
Do anybody know what Phil Jackson said about Scottie?
No.
What did he say?
I don't.
Said he the best player in the NBA, all around player in the NBA right now.
There's a lot of players that play with Scottie.
He said he was the
best all around player they ever played.
They asked him over Jordan. He said, "Look, Mike could score. Nobody could score like Mike." He said, "But Pippen, the best player we got in the game right now."
It's a lot.
Phil said that.
You said prime T-Mac over prime Kobe.
I said if we're gonna peak for peak, I want Max. If we gonna peak for peak, I want Max Sauce. If we want peak for peak, I want Max Sauce.
We need crunch back in here for this. We need crunch back in here for that.
I disagree.
Scottie was like that.
You can't be mad at that.
It's a conversation.
The same logic that I'm using with Grant Hill and Scottie Pippen. I'm gonna use that same logic with T-Mac and Kobe.
It's a conversation.
I got Kobe at 6. I got Kobe at 6.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, I said that. I said that Tegan for sure. But
yeah,
look,
I'm not disagreeing because T-Mac's my favorite player of all time.
Right. So this is my thing. I'm just talking about peak for peak. If we're talking about rankings, I got Kobe at 6. I don't even got Max Sauce on my rankings.
T-Mac.
That'll let you know how I feel about it.
Peak for peak is good as probably anybody though. We got to start keeping.
I mean, we remember Kobe saying he was the toughest player he's ever guarded.
I always say T-Mac had all the skills Kobe had. Came out of Kobe's mouth, but he was just a couple inches bigger, 6'8", 6'7", whatever it was, right? So he had all the skills. and with more athletic. People forget how explosive T-Mac was too. You're talking about a guy who can bounce right out the gym. Like his explosive.
You know what?
We forget that.
Hey, you know what? I got two videos coming. Two videos. I'm gonna do a video on why I think T-Mac peak T-Mac better than Pete Kobe, and I'm gonna tell you why Scottie's supposed to be top 10.
I'm gonna tell you why, because Kobe's defense it cleared T-Mac's.
Here's another thing too, though, that was underrated with T-Mac that I do think he did better than Kobe, and then I do think he did at a very above average level. Definitely above average was his passing ability. I've seen T-Mac throw dimes. I've seen Kobe throw dimes, but T-Mac really was like a point forward in a sense.
Remember those last?
The problem with T-Mac and comparing to Kobe, I mean, like obviously peak for peak regular season.
Definitely was.
The guy that did, but the thing with Kobe is he stepped up in the playoffs. T-Mac, I know for a fact, when it came to the playoffs, whenever he got there, it was as a substantial drop off. Even when during the years,
not the 1 year, not the 1 year, and they just didn't have a good team.
I'm just saying for an overall like his playoff career, he always his numbers drop.
He's not Kobe. Is we really about to get into this?
No. But I'm saying
he's not Kobe. He's not
today.
T-Mac is not Kobe, bro. That's not what I was saying.
Nobody Kobe. Nobody.
It's peak.
T-Mac is one of the most, I think, unluckiest superstars. You see a guy who, after he left Toronto, he goes to Orlando, supposed to be with a guy like Grant Hill, kind of, who could kind of help him grow to be.
They were also supposed to get Tim Duncan.
Exactly, Tim Duncan. So that's a big three that he missed out on. That would have won a couple rings. Then he goes to Houston, a great team with Yao Ming, and they were never played together while they were healthy. It was either Yao Ming was hurt, or people forget T-Mac had a degenerative back. In high school, doctors told him, you have a degenerative back, don't go to the NBA. He said, screw it, and he played, which is why after like 26, 27, like his career was done because of that back.
Yo, Jello, what you mean he said screw it and played? If they told you, hey, if you woke up tomorrow in T-Mac's body or Kawhi Leonard's body, and they're like, yo, you got degenerative knees, so in 10 years you won't be able to play.
Hey, Crunch wants you to play through that. Crunch wants you to play through that for the fans, for the people, for the kids.
For $100 million, we played through anything.
If I know I can play for 10 years, like I'll deal with that when I get there. But come on,
you play through that, then the owner trades you the next season.
Hey, man, for $100 million, you get a new back.
Hey, you ain't trading this Bugatti I got.
Like,
I'm at least gonna play. I probably won't play 10 years, but I'll go run maybe 4 or 5 years real quick, get a bag, and get up out of there.
Facts.
But I'm not playing through that. Like 10 years into my career, at 33, 34, man, I'm not playing through that.
If they told you you're going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life.
Caping for the
I think he's unlucky because he already had a short lifespan, and that lifespan got ruined by just unfortunate things. That's why T-Mac is just unfortunate. Brandon Roy,
Imagine if he load managed and did the Kawhi, we might have got a couple years out of Brandon.
No, for sure.
No, we still got some years out of Brandon. It was about 6 solid years where B. Roy was
I'm saying we might have got 10.
If Brandon Roy, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Greg Oden, if those guys were healthy together, I think that's the championship.
Don't forget this too, though.
And they got Dame.
Don't forget this too. Oh no, Dame came later. Dame came later. But you know who?
Dame came.
Hey, remember?
Pause.
Not too much with the pause.
Dame came right after.
Ron, what you was finna say?
Brandon Roy.
I was about to say. Remember they had a chance to draft KD too. Like imagine if they get KD.
That would have been crazy if they passed.
That would have been crazy.
Hey, if Greg Oden just stayed healthy, man, he would not have been a.
He would have been crazy too.
Greg Oden was crazy
in my old state,
Greg
boy.
Oden was doing his thing in college, and he was going to be that guy.
Primo, Cleveland winning today.
What score?
10-6.
Yeah, I forgot the game started, didn't they?
Yeah, so right now. Julius Randle finna go for 30 tonight.
Julius Randle gonna go for what?
He just turned the ball over. He
gonna go for the bench. He gonna go find the bench.
Y'all talking about the Sixers?
Hey, y'all gotta stop hating, bro.
Chat, tell me the score,
25-10.
Ron, you say he dropping 30. The second you said that he dribbled the ball,
he averaged 25. So that's
who you talking about, man?
On like 7 for 50, he shoot 50 shots and score 20.
I bet they win. I bet they win and Julius go for 30.
They will win, but it's not gonna be because of Julius Randle. It's gonna be because of the other
you see that
on that team.
What's up?
I throw the money on prior to.
I'm talking about the top 9. The guard. How he doing?
Oh yeah. It was small forward.
Yeah.
Hey Bob,
small forward.
I gotta say, at 2:30 Central, the reason why I got dressed up.
I agree with that list.
I always said I
think Havlicek should be.
I always said I would get dressed up for the Warriors' downfall. I always said I would get ready for the Warriors' downfall. I always said I'd get completely ready for it, man. 3-1. They know what
Hey,
you're
I'm about
gonna
to.
do.
I'm gonna be live streaming that game, Tegan. I'm gonna send you
It's
the
time
link.
for the beam.
I'm gonna keep it real. I think this is like a game 7. I think whoever wins this game wins the series. I think Golden State wins. I think they have all the momentum. I think they're gonna take the series. And I think Sacramento wins up 3-1. They're gonna win the series.
Bro, there's no way they win 4.
I know the time loses as hell, man. It's early for me.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna jump into these super chats. Let's get to it. MC Riz Robinson said, "Win or lose, the Lakers better sign Rui, Samari, Hachimura, and Dylan Brooks piss off the Lakers last night for the Lakers team to go off last night." I think he said, "Did Dylan piss off?"
The better Rui plays, the less they're going to be able to afford him.
I was gonna say Rui and Austin Reeves. I mean, Rui and Austin Reeves.
They better resign. They let
right now.
The door. No, they let Caruso walk out the door. Do not let Austin. Rob Pelinka, if you're watching, look at me in my eyes. Look at me in my eyes. Do not let Austin Reeves walk, bro. He's so good at basketball.
Please.
Right now, Rui's contract $6 million a year. The qualifying offer is $8 million.
We're gonna get 10 plus. We're gonna get probably 10 million plus.
I think he gets 12 a year.
Reeves, you see the report out there? Apparently, the Jazz want to give him 4 years, 100.
You can see the Pistons probably offering him.
Utah Jazz right after Reeves, 4 years, 100.
Bro, well, go get
crazy.
that.
Go
get that bag.
He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah,
forget the Lakers. Go get the sack.
Is he worth that? Is he worth that much, Jalen?
I don't think
he might be.
That's Jalen Brunson money. That's Jalen Brunson money.
I just think Utah has the space, and Reeves is a young guy.
I don't know about that.
But honestly, if the Lakers don't win a championship, Kyrie's coming to the Lakers. LeBron
don't Shaq be watching.
But you got to remember too about Utah and Austin Reeves. If you look at them, he looks more like their superstar.
Utah loves
Gordon Hayward.
Utah loves the mayonnaise. No,
Gordon Hayward.
Laurie and Walker Kessler, bro.
If I'm Austin Reeves, I'm not even second guessing it. I'm going to Utah, bro.
No, yeah, if they offer him $100 million anywhere, bro, you go.
Yeah, I think most I would pay Austin Reeves is like 12 to 15 most, preferably like 10, 12. But if he wants 15,
yeah, who would you pick between Reeves and Rui?
Yeah, that's the real question.
I probably pick Reeves. Reeves has a better
Austin Reeves.
Man,
pay Austin more though. If you have to pay Austin about $2-3 million per year more,
I'd still go Reeves. I think Reeves the playmaking, the scoring, he does it all. Well, I think Rui's just more of a scorer.
You think Rui got a higher ceiling than Austin Reeves?
I think Reeves.
That's an argument.
Okay, but if you have to lose both Reeves and Rui to get Kyrie, are you doing it?
No.
Get Kyrie? No.
Both? No, I think you can lose Russell and Rui, but lose Russell. Yeah,
I need Reeves.
Oh, they still got
Reeves
Russell.
and add Kyrie. Yeah.
If you get Kyrie, you gotta get rid of D'Lo.
And the Lakers are in a bad
situation.
D'Lo
can get out of
here.
I know. So
what's gonna happen with D'Lo? He's unrestricted.
D'Lo's
get out of here.
If they don't get Kyrie, I mean, they should try and look for a better point guard because he's like
D'Lo need to go back to Old State.
He's a crazy playoff dropper, but I wouldn't like.
I'm sick of D'Lo.
I think D'Lo's a good NBA player. He's not bad.
I'd rather have Schroeder though.
Player. You'd rather have.
But he's like your fourth best option on a championship team, maybe fifth.
Who D'Lo?
Wait a minute. So they still don't have.
I don't think he could be your third. I don't think he could be your third with how much he playoff drops. I think
the third best player on a what?
Championship team, D'Lo?
I think he's 4. I think he's 4 or 5.
I don't even think 4, bro. You got to be a damn.
Okay, that's pushing.
I mean, if the Lakers,
that's pushing.
What has he shown you in the playoffs to be a fourth best player?
He'll be
the playoff drop is problematic for sure, but he's still a guy who can get you 20 any given night. Can shoot the 3 ball, at a 35%.
He hasn't given you 20%
clip. I wouldn't give you 18.
Like who was the 4th best player on that Bucks team? Like when they won a championship. Yeah, when they won the championship.
Was it Bobby Portis?
The Drew, Giannis.
I would say
Middleton and Bobby Portis, right? Bobby Portis.
Yeah. You think D'Lo, Bobby Portis range?
Yeah, I think they're very comparable players.
I agree.
I know you're right. Well, I think
because I didn't want to talk about the Warriors because you get the Draymond, you get the Wiggins, you get the Clay. But
D'Lo and Middleton, I think, are closer than people think.
Hey,
what the fuck are we talking about?
Hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do this. How does it?
You got to cut down.
What are we talking
Hold up. I gotta say this, man. I hear y'all talking, and I'm not sure because I tuned in late. Y'all gonna talk about how Miami don't give a damn who they going up against? Milwaukee.
Let's go. Dub, I talked about it. Dub, I talked about it. Dub, I talked about it.
We definitely talked about that, Dub, for sure.
He in the
Who y'all
drive.
gonna play next?
At the drive.
Hey, Dub getting Arby's?
It's from the Celtics and the Hawks, Primo. So probably the Celtics, and they don't want to see us.
Oh, you gonna want to see them?
Dub feeling good because he won and he was
We
right
want
out
to
of
see the
James Harden.
Celtics. They don't want to see us.
I got the Celtics going all the way
Nobody want to see
there.
the Celtics in the East. Ain't nobody want to see that Celtics team in the East.
I don't think nobody want to see the
Man,
Celtics.
healthy
Celtics
Bucks
don't
team
make it out
probably,
the
but that's
second
it.
round. Stop.
Oh,
A healthy
man.
Bucks team, probably.
What?
A healthy Bucks team in
Nobody
Boston
jacking
would be
the
interesting.
Listen,
Celtics-
bro, I told
Celtics
y'all.
got the Ross.
Dub, you eating?
Wait, Dub, let me ask you a question. Dub, let me.
You eating Arby's, Dub?
Whoa.
Wendy's, nice chicken
Dub, let me
sandwich.
ask you a question,
I eat
Dub. Let me
that.
ask you a question. If we make it to the second
I
round
eat
and we play
that,
the
Dub.
Celtics,
Spicy
what are you
chicken
gonna talk about?
We're gonna lose. I said the whole time. I said we don't match up well against versus the Celtics. We match up better against the Bucks.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And you
But I
were
still want
talking
to see
about
you
the Bucks
cheering for
without
us. I want
Giannis,
to see you
right?
cheering for us. You better be.
Oh,
You
look,
said what?
Jalen Brunson. acting
Dub, you knew they
crazy.
weren't gonna have Giannis, right? So that's why you said
Step
that.
back three.
You know what gets me mad about that, right? The
I think you match up
inconsistencies
well
that
even
have
with Giannis.
the inconsistencies that people have because these two are the same guys that would tell me the offense runs better without Ja Morant. But for some reason, now that Milwaukee
Darius
doesn't have
Garland, why
Giannis
is you
and then the
standing
Bucks
in the
are playing
corner?
great
My fault.
offense, now y'all not willing to have that same type of consistency.
Hey, Dub, y'all got hurt people too, though. That's the thing. Tyler Hero's hurt, Vic's hurt now, so it's not like Giannis is missing somebody and y'all got full strength. You know what I'm saying? So people
No,
can't
JB
can't
out
really
there,
say that Giannis
JB
is
out there,
the
though.
reason.
It wasn't
JB
ready
get
for the
hurt, they
American
done.
Sniper to come back yesterday, though. I can tell you that much. Oh
Duncan
my God.
That's
Robinson
a fact.
shooting. Duncan
Bobby,
shooting.
Bobby, that's
Happy
actually a
birthday,
fact.
Duncan Robinson.
That's actually a fact because Tyler Hero being out, our second best scorer, and we're still able to play like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
even
seen
though
Duncan
Giannis is the better
Robinson
player,
hit.
like we're hurt too. We're hurt too. So I don't want to hear that shit.
And now y'all don't even got Vic now.
Duncan Robinson made Drew
I know, he was
Holiday look
playing well.
regular. I seen it.
I was so
played well.
sad when I
Victor
see him
played
go
well.
down.
But
there,
this
bro.
Dub, I do think that it's more of an even series than they say. But I'm also gonna say this, Dub.
Not gonna lie, I cannot.
You're capping, Dub.
Okay.
You took that stance just to save face. You took that stance because y'all lost to Atlanta.
Look at your man Julius Randle. That was the funniest shot.
My bad, Bobby. What you saying? Finish
I
what you were
said
saying.
I said you took that stance that y'all can beat, that y'all are doing this on purpose to beat Milwaukee.
Get the ball.
But you only took that stance to save face because y'all lost to Atlanta.
No, I told you. Listen. Oh, and I'm glad you brought that up. Tell me, which game have Miami lost that it was because of rebounds? Won or lost? Why was it because of the rebounds?
I don't know. All I said is if you get out rebounded heavily on
Because
offensive glass,
that
you're
damn
likely to
shooting was
lose.
crazy. Oh my God.
100%. But I'm saying Miami Heat, right? And I preferenced this heavily after that game. I said, what we need to work on is consistent shooting and consistent scoring. I'm not worried about rebounds like that because that's what we desperately need. And now what's happening? Our shooting's been freaking best. It's been all year. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
It's been as best as has been all year long. And
Coach
bro,
Spo.
we're winning. We're winning.
Well, Dub, if you're shooting like that, then getting out rebounded by a couple rebounds isn't going to make a crazy difference. What I said is if it's an even game as far as field goal percentage and whatnot, if we're having a close game and you're making your baskets or we're both missing, but you're getting more second chance opportunities, you're likely to lose that game. I don't think that's a crazy take. I think that's
not what we were arguing. We was arguing on what do they need more, and then you was harping on the rebounds.
No,
I think we do need it. I think we do need
Hey,
it.
Dub, what you in the bins?
We're too small.
Nah, in the bands.
That's how my
I'm in a
rooms used
Bugatti.
to look. My bins used to look like that. That's the only reason I
Man,
had.
I think he
Nah,
Andrew Tate.
But listen, people always be like, I'm not gonna lie, Miami Heat full strength and the Bucks full strength. I told people all the time, we was capable of pushing them to 6. Shoot, we may honestly, we may win this series. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah, because you know this one dude. Hey, Dub, this one dude missing called this 7-foot dude. MVP.
Hey, if Giannis plays,
you got the 6'6" dude who we call Hemi Butler. We don't want to talk about him.
Hey, but Dub, if Giannis comes back game 4 and he's healthy and he plays 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, are y'all still gonna win?
I think we'll win one game. I think we'll win one game if Giannis is out there.
So if Giannis is out there, it's Bucks and 7.
I would.
If Giannis doesn't play, bro, I think y'all win this series.
Y'all win it. Me too. I agree.
If I had to bet, I would bet on the Bucks for Game 7. But I think Miami should push them to Game 7. We should be able to get one game with Giannis there.
I can see that.
Push them. Knock them out. No, listen. Miami for the win. Get them out of here. Let's make
I want them out.
easier for the Lakers.
Go.
But you want to know who's really
LeBron to get one more. It's a parade in my city.
You want to know who's really surprised me? What's his name? Drew Holiday last game was playing crazy.
Got cooked. Duncan Robinson put him in the blender.
And then there's this one. All you guys in the chat where I said a couple weeks ago.
Your motherfucking mic.
Yeah, that mic is staticky right now.
Do y'all hear me right now?
It's just super staticky. You know what it sounds like. It's bad.
They said trade Luka for MB.
I
The
just
chat
gotta say
crazy.
I just gotta say this one thing to the chat. All right, and then I'll be out.
No,
I remember a couple weeks ago, I said Brook Lopez wasn't a great one-on-one defender. And what has Brook Lopez looked like all fucking series long? He's been getting cooked. So if it's that, my bad. But y'all be easy, chat. You're wrong like always. And Dub knows best.
Drop safe, bro. Drop safe.
All right,
yes, sir.
Put your seatbelt on, bro.
Right.
Damn, man. They my joints calling me, man.
The victory lap.
Oh my God, who just
we gonna talk about the Sixers and
bring something sexy up here again.
Do we really have to?
I gotta keep running through these super chats.
Yo, Ron, even after you're done running super chats, can we just talk about what Philly's gonna do next series? Like, I don't want to talk about Brooklyn, bro.
Christopher D said, "Stop calling Jimmy a superstar. He has superstar moments, not superstar consistency."
That's true.
That's whack.
You can't give a pass to a guy who coasts through the regular season.
I'm giving him a pass. I'm giving him a pass.
My thing is, there's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't need a pass. As long he's playing games, he's not sitting out. He's just not going for 30 like y'all want him to. Just because these NBA players don't do what the fans want them to do, it doesn't mean they need to.
You know, LeBron does the same thing, right?
I'm saying, like
LeBron after like year 15, he's been coasting.
No, he always does that. He always does that.
He still played at a superstar level, not at his peak, but he still plays at a superstar level.
I'm not talking about to the level. I'm just talking about the coasting part.
Coasting,
coast.
Jimmy's coast is like it's pretty drastic.
But
the guy
he's not LeBron though, because it looks like because he's not LeBron though.
Yeah,
for a regular for a Jimmy level player, it's gonna look bad.
Yeah.
Like, people do that all the time. They coast at the beginning.
I think Jimmy they get a better playoff seed.
This what we can ask.
Basketball players, really. Some basketball players.
Let's ask this question.
There's just different styles. Jimmy
would
doesn't
you
have
want
the same
Jimmy
style
on your
as
team?
KD and them. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to have Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy is.
I would love to have Jimmy on my team. I love to see Jimmy on the Kings.
I don't think nobody would deny. Like, obviously, if I could ask anybody up here, would you want Kevin Durant on your team? Everybody would say yes.
But
like, when you said that with star players, of course you're going to say yes. But I don't think anybody up here would be displeased if Jimmy Butler was your best player.
But you'll be displeased if Westbrook on any team and he's greater than Jimmy.
Hey, Mobley.
I think
Jimmy.
What you mean?
Like better right now.
Westbrook is greater.
How are we bringing Westbrook into this?
Westbrook is greater than
Westbrook all time is better than Jimmy Butler.
No, we talking
about
we want a person who fit on the team with an attitude, and Westbrook is greater than Jimmy. But I would take Jimmy over Westbrook on the team. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
but yeah, Jimmy.
But Jimmy on the Kings, that's not fair, bro. We wouldn't even take
Jimmy on the Kings.
We want to keep competing. We don't want to have Jimmy.
You gonna like the beat?
Hey, y'all's Electricville would be on an all-time high because the beat.
Y'all gonna get Bronny James?
No, you take Harrison Barnes out. You put Jimmy Butler on the Kings. I mean that's too.
No, we don't. Why we gotta take? Why we gotta take Harrison Barnes out?
You got to get rid of somebody.
You have to budget out a better team.
You got to get rid of
somebody. That's awfully greedy.
Yeah,
we'll get rid of Trey Lyles.
That don't work. Yeah, the salaries don't work. You're paying.
Jimmy Butler.
No, hey, our salary is low. We're not really paying nobody but De'Aaron right now. Sabonis don't got a crazy contract, and Harrison's a free agent, unrestricted.
Oh yeah, you know what? Sabonis.
Our salary, bro. Our salary is smooth. I think we paid DeMontis $18.5.
Oh, that's nice. Then yeah, I mean,
we good. Hey, we good. Hey, that's all I be trying to tell y'all. Keegan, this here rookie, we don't got to pay him yet. What I'm trying to tell y'all is we got room for improvement, and we are going to improve.
Hey, Bob. Come on, dude.
So real quick before we get into the super chat.
Y'all not winning this. It's Knicks. Hey, Knicks in 5. You know what I've been meaning to tell y'all. Hey, Villanova. Hey, the Villanova backcourt is back. Yeah, Josh Hart's starting now. Hey, Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, the team back up to give y'all hell.
I just seen it.
I mean, they got what 9-point lead right now for the Knicks.
Josh Hart gets slept on too.
8-point lead.
I'm gonna put that on real quick. Hold on.
Jalen Brunson's cooking. Jalen Brunson's definitely.
Hey, let's get to these super chats.
Guess what Julius Randle doing? 1 for 5, 2 points.
His team winning.
Yeah, it don't matter. Pow.
So are we gonna start criticizing who was it? Evan Mobley's offensive game this series? Are we gonna start?
Mobley.
He a young buck though. I give the youngsters passes because playoff basketball and regular season basketball is a completely different thing.
But we were crediting Donovan Mitchell rookie year for beating.
You guys were crediting him. I'm like, but if he would have had a bad look, he did have good games. But if he would have had a bad game, I still would have gave him a pass though. I would have said he a young boy.
Josh Hart going crazy.
He's not supposed to be inconsistent, but they beat.
So Ron, they're just playing with house money.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna talk about how Mitchell Robinson's out playing Jared Allen?
That's not crazy. Mitchell Robinson been nice. Mitchell Robinson been nice.
They do the same thing. They do the same thing.
They're similar. Yeah, I think Jared Allen's a little better, but I mean they're similar players, you could say. I think Mitchell. I mean, you gotta wait for the fourth quarter.
Hey, so let's get to these super chats.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jared Allen is a lot better. I don't know about a little.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Jesus Christ.
Christopher D said Ja was stat padding. They gave Ja open threes. He hurt his ankle at the end,
Chris.
so don't expect that again. So we can't.
Stat padding or just taking the best shot, or just taking the best shot available.
He was giving what the defense
stat padding,
and it was late in the game.
Stat padding.
Yeah. I don't think it's not fully stat padding.
I mean, when LeBron did it, it was stat padding.
Again, we don't listen to that either. We don't listen to that either. LeBron was never stat padding.
The closest thing to stat padding was when Giannis threw that fake layup to get an extra rebound so he could get a triple.
That's stat padding.
That's stat padding. Russell Westbrook never was stat padding. Jokic wasn't stat padding.
Westbrook was stat padding. Stop.
Jokic stat padding. Jokic stat padding.
And Westbrook. I watched the big man get out the way so he could get the rebound.
That's what they had him doing. That's what the coach told them to do.
So he could get the rebound.
Is Giannis wrong? Is Giannis wrong for that? For what y'all said, like throwing the ball off the?
He's no.
I mean, but look, he threw it off the backboard. If nobody on the other team got the rebound, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's funny. I think no one's going to talk about it in 3 years. I think it's funny.
It's one play back. It's funny. I just thought it was funny.
They took the rebound away because you have to have like intention to score. So
yeah.
He didn't even get the triple double.
The league did the right thing. It's funny, but I think stat padding overall is just overblown.
I'm Jose Primo.
I understand. The Lakers did what they were supposed to do. You think the Lakers expected Ja Morant to go 6 for 10 from 3?
No, of course not.
His betting line for the series, by the way, his betting line for the series for the first 4 games was 6.5 threes for the entire 4 games.
We agree with that, but Ja Morant a great player, so any moment he could go 6 for 10.
So is that stat padding, or is that just taking the best shot available?
Or is it just making shots?
Ja was not stat padding. That wasn't stat padding. Ja was trying to bring his team back. He was trying to get buckets. He was trying to carry his squad. What I'm saying is,
so you want him to just miss all 10 of them?
Hold up. What I'm saying
is, they should have took him out.
What I'm saying is, Ja was.
They should have put him on the bench.
Well, then that's not on Ja. That's on the team then.
Ja was doing what he was supposed to do. He was doing what he was supposed to do. The Lakers just didn't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's not stat padding. That's just,
and I guarantee you next game they're probably going to give
scored 40 in the loss
open shots because they're not going to expect him to go 60% from 3.
No, but if he got goddamn 27 in 1 quarter, I'm gonna give him.
I don't want to hear that. Ticket
and
TV and everybody.
Like
Ray Allen saved LeBron. Ray Allen saved LeBron.
Hey guys, you guys are saying the game was completely over. I know it consistently kept going to 14 or 15.
Hey, Jalen, ain't the narrative Bron scored all the points in the 4th quarter, but the narrative is that Ray Allen Save LeBron, ain't it?
But you know,
how did we get here?
Confused. Yeah,
We're not about to do this right now. I gotta get to the super chats.
Yeah,
we're not about to do this right now.
I feel you, Primo. Though I hear you.
Ishmael Haji or Hayi, however you say it, my man. Appreciate the money. He said Fox can never score 40 points in the playoffs.
Call him Ish.
Yeah. I appreciate the super chat, but Ron, we already
for no reason.
We already
sure he can score 40.
So.
Yeah, hey, a Fox 40 piece tonight, or Fox 40 piece today afternoon.
I'm
right after the
pretty sure he can score 40.
I most definitely can.
He had 38 in the first game.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Charles Quinton said AD has only had 5 bad playoff games out of 40 plus games. Stop this inconsistency narrative.
That's right, Chuck.
How was he deciding bad playoff games? I mean, I think we've just seen the for game to game his inconsistency. One game is 35-17. Next it'll be like 20-7. But it's even just the way he plays on the court. If you watch the game, sometimes he might get you the 22 points, 24 points. But you can just see in the game that he's not being aggressive. He's kind of standing around, not asking for the ball. For jump shots. Yeah, settle for jump shots.
But if AD play consistent, he's the best player in the NBA.
His peak AD, he has
the
games
best player in the NBA. If AD play how y'all want.
I hear what you're saying. So
I can argue that
when he plays at his best, he definitely can play the best player in the NBA. His impact on the game, offensive and defensively, for sure. He just doesn't do it in a consistent enough basis for him to have that.
For him to have the title.
No, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher D said Kawhi ain't getting no max money after this. Y'all are fools to invest in a broken down investment moving forward. Cut ties and move on.
We agree.
That's a bad investment.
That's fine.
That's bad. I love Kawhi, but that's bad business.
There could be a desperate team though that gives him a max. Like what if OKC has Kawhi?
If you're desperate,
I got a better question.
If you're desperate and you do that, then you're just putting your franchise in a deeper hole.
But wait, what if a team like OKC? What if a team like
OKC? OKC would be dumb to do that. OKC has
to give a max money. That's crazy. To give a max money after they have to pay Shea, probably Giddy.
They do have bright future. You have
a better question is Paul George a good investment right now with how injury prone he is? Is PG worth the maximum?
That's another one.
I think PG is more.
I'm not giving either one of them a max contract. That would be a bad business decision.
And I don't think
they've done it for what three seasons straight. Like, come on, I don't care how much. I don't care how much we've seen them do before. We've also seen them get hurt in the.
To me, it's crazy when you call AD street close. When you call AD street close and Kawhi's play less games than AD.
I'm not only am I not willing to give them a max contract, bro. I'm not re-signing them. Like y'all.
I'm not even
re-signing. They're too talented not to sign.
Let's do a sign and trade.
No, I'm not. Look, they're too talented. They're too talented not to sign. Somebody else, y'all should sign them.
Yeah,
I'm not.
You
I'm not.
You have them.
All right, fellas. Let's keep it moving. Rookie in the Violet Hour.
Okay.
Right, that's got to be a book or something that he wrote. Yeah. He said, first of all, good afternoon and appreciate the daily streams. Second is Rui Hachimura, him or THT? I think third, how do y'all feel about the Sixers sweep? Well, I guess we are going to talk about it, Jalen. We going to keep these daily streams coming. We're going to add some more streams. We're going to add some longer time. So y'all stay tuned in. We got a couple of changes we're going to make over here.
I'm about to get my own show.
We're going to keep bringing y'all the product, though. Believe that. Hey, the plug is coming with the product forever. Second is Rui Hachimura, him or THT? Who y'all got?
I think Rui Hachimura definitely, I think, is better player than THT just because what he's shown so far
has more
and his upside. And I think his upside just scoring wise. I think
the only thing that THT has is the playmaking.
Yeah, it's just they're different positions, right? I think Rui's more.
THT is
going forward.
THT
could play make better than him.
Yeah. The Sixers sweep, though, I do think it's a little fraudulent. Joel Embiid is hurt. Joel Embiid did not have the best series, and James Harden. Shout out to Dub, he called it. James Harden has been struggling. The 3-ball has been saving his stat lines, making it look prettier than it really is. He is shooting terrible from 2. I think it's close to 40%, if not below. James Harden has been terrible this playoffs. It's just the Nets just don't have the pieces to compete with them. Mikal Bridges sold last game. Disappointed. I'm big on Mikal Bridges.
Toppin just hit a damn 30.
Dinwiddie had 1 or 2 good games. So the Nets just weren't a team, but the Sixers are. That was one of the most fraudulent sweeps. Even if that's
Hey, I know who their head coach
Why
is.
was the
I know
sweep
their game.
fraudulent,
I don't
though?
think it was fraudulent. I said they should have swept them.
I'm saying,
because they did it without Joel.
I told Leaf loud and clear. The Nets are
the
going to get
Sixers did
swept.
not play that well. They swept the team, but the Sixers did not play that well. The Nets were just not a team they were just out talented and just not that good of a team.
Maxey played great,
Yeah, but I think that goes
Maxey
more
played well.
so into how good the Sixers actually are and how much the gap was. Like it's not the Sixers' fault. Like you could say that. Are you saying that they're fraudulent contenders? Are you saying they're
Yeah,
fraudulent?
I think because the sweep, they're suddenly
because we know who their head coach is.
Because I'm about to say
exactly,
they clearly outplayed them. They clearly took care of business even without Joel.
Yeah. People just
Shout
excited.
out to
Like,
Mikal
wait,
Bridges.
they could be Boston.
What's his name? Reed? Paul Reed is his name?
Paul Reed did his thing.
Hell of a game.
Yeah, they stepped up. Tobias Harris stepped up. Tobias Harris was the best player on the court for Philly last night.
Well, that's something that I do have to touch down on because I'm tired of this.
Oh my God.
And I do have to point out the fact that Tegan, you're not gonna like when I say this, and a lot of people in the chat aren't. But this man is a fraud, and we must call a spade a spade.
He's a bum.
I told y'all I'm not giving James Harden another fucking pass. If Tyrese Maxey outplays you in another playoff series, we have something to talk about. James Harden averaged 17 on 34% shooting. But if somebody like Westbrook does this, but God forbid somebody else do this, and you guys are going to clown him. Westbrook is clearly outplaying James Harden with less. James Harden, okay, Joel Embiid, he scored more than him. You expect that. But Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey, come on, James, come on. And I need you guys now
I agree.
to just accept this. This is the second year in a row he let a 23-year-old Tyrese Maxey outplay him. Tyrese had to put the team on his back.
Tegan, can I ask you a question? Do you want James Harden to go back to Houston?
Oh yeah, give me James Harden back in Houston.
Oh please,
Let Sengun do his thing. Let Jalen Green do his thing. Shoot,
you know what I need is Nick Nurse to be our head coach. I need Nick Nurse to come home. It's okay.
Y'all go
Toronto.
We are not going to be in a psych ward with
James Harden up there
within
smoking
14,
kush,
15 months. He's going to be in a psych ward.
shrimp.
You see the vision.
Messing with
I'll pull
Amber
up the vision.
Rose.
Nick Nurse can definitely do
done.
wonders for the Houston Rockets. As you know, he did his thing with the Raptors, got him the title. Couldn't get it done the past couple years. Yeah, no,
I'm not gonna deny. I don't think Nick Nurse can ever make a team worse. I just don't think it would just take him. No matter what, the Rockets are a project. So like him making them better by 5-10 games, it's still gonna be a lottery team. You see what I'm saying?
They're a project with some really big upside.
No, they do, but they're still 3-4 years away. Unless they get Vic. And even with Vic, they're still 3-4 years away.
I think they're 3 years away, probably. Yeah, I hear you. 3 definitely.
All right, fellas. Leaf Diggy said, "I'm not angry. I do have time."
Talking about Nets.
This is the vision.
Jaylen Brown.
This is the vision.
This is the
vision. This is the vision.
I mean, that's crazy.
Add Nick Nurse on there. That's the vision.
That's crazy.
Just give me Jalen. You can keep Harden.
That's crazy. That's a dream.
Rookie in the Violet Hour again said, "Please take back the top 5 comment about Russ."
No, sir.
Yeah. Because I got four
CP3
point guards better than him.
We talking about Magic We talking about Magic Johnson. We talking about Stephen Curry. Okay,
Isaiah.
Those are the 1-2. We gonna throw in
Isaiah.
Isaiah Thomas. Okay, that's 3.
Oscar Robertson.
Hold up, but what's the difference between Oscar Robertson and Russell Westbrook? What's the difference between Oscar Robertson and Russell
Westbrook?
Championship. Definitely a championship.
What championship? Okay, guess what? Oscar Robertson got to play with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You get Russell Westbrook.
He got to
Kevin
Durant. He got to play with Kevin Durant, James
Harden. We're not doing teammate comparisons for
Kareem
Russ.
is better than Kevin Durant, especially during that time. Kareem is better than Kevin Durant.
Ask Dell. KD top 5,
better than Bron.
KD top 3, according to Dell.
Kevin Durant ain't touching Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, especially during that time and the era that he played in. Westbrook and Oscar Robertson are literally the same player. Westbrook was more athletic. You can say Robertson's the better shooter, but no, I'm telling you, Russell Westbrook could be 4. Shoot. Steve Nash in the conversation. Steve Nash definitely in the conversation.
CP3.
You know what? That might be
I got Oscar over
in the conversation, but Russ is right there. Russell Westbrook could be 4 or 5.
I'm like, it's not. I just don't have Russ top 5. It's not. It's a conversation, but I disagree.
You have. I think
top
he's
10.
right there with those guys. He's right there with.
Yeah,
those guys.
it's not like we're saying Russ is top 15 or something. He's in that 6 to 10 range, but.
Bro,
I think it's what
could have averaged a triple-double every year for real. He wasn't even paying attention.
Oscar was playing in the fastest pace ever in the 70s, I believe, right? That was like the the highest.
Okay, saying Walt Frazier clears, stop. No,
Yeah,
we're not
crazy.
doing Walt Frazier. We're not doing Walt Frazier.
Yeah,
I like Walt. I like Walt, but we're not doing
baby.
Hold on, don't talk about Walt like that. Great defender.
I love
and
Walt. I love Walt,
offensive
but we're not
player.
doing that.
Walt was nice. My daddy told me. See, I got a father.
Oh, he tore his.
I got a father.
Oladipo,
I know a lot of people don't got a father.
Oladipo tore his patellar tendon, bro. God damn.
And he told me about these players: Pearl Monroe and Dr. J, Connie Hawkins, which I met in person. You know what I'm saying?
Does Dame crack the top 10 point guards of all time ever?
He should.
I think top 10
because we're looking at the top 75 player.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think he's probably top 10. Dame could definitely be top 10.
Somebody said Penny clears. He did. Penny was nice though.
Penny Peak was nice. It was just really short. Penny Peak was real short.
Penny was nice.
Because I think when we start to rank a guy like Dame, man.
Hold on. Read this super chat.
I'm gonna get around to it.
Read that, man. Just read that for him.
Oscar was way more control and understood pace with a better jump shot. Westbrook grows at one speed. Stop talking like a casual. That's as bad as saying KG could do what Duncan did in the Spurs.
Well, hold up now. See, now you're
that's not ridiculous. That's actually not ridiculous.
That's not ridiculous. KG definitely could do what Duncan did with the Spurs. You put KG and Popovich, they win
he could. Yes,
he
could.
Kevin Garnett was playing point guard for the Minnesota Timberwolves with Sam Cassell returned. He was dribbling up the court when it wasn't.
That's a what if I like. That's not ridiculous.
I like that one.
KG is 100% just
as good as
That's not to credit Tim Duncan. That's not to credit Duncan.
Wait, Jalen, wait. Let me stop right there, Jalen.
Yeah, I used to think about. I don't know.
No, but hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this off. And I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Yeah.
Not only, hey, Jalen. Because you thought I was finna disagree with you. What I'm saying is not only would he have 5 rings, but he at least would have had 6 because he would have never let them get that rebound in Miami.
Oh, talk about it.
Hey, KG would damn near have 7 rings if he was with the Spurs.
If I were to predict, if that hypothetical happened, if I were to predict what would happen, I don't think KG would have able to have the longevity that Tim Duncan had. But I think the peak of what that Spurs team could be, I think if you swap KG, I think that team would have been maybe top 5 all time.
No way.
I think Duncan's longevity is a lot with Brett Popovich watching his minutes. I think KG would have had his minutes watched. He would not have played as much as he had to, like he did with Minnesota, and the load he had to carry with the Timberwolves.
This
Duncan
is
never had to
ridiculous.
shoulder the load that KG had.
This is ridiculous.
Y'all can hear me?
Somebody said in the chat.
Yeah, Steph Marbury.
I don't think it's that crazy.
They had a squad.
You compare Steph Marbury to a couple years. Tony Parker managed
over there that KG had.
Wait, are you saying Timberwolves had a
squad? They was bums.
Are you saying the Timberwolves had a squad?
Steph Marbury was a bum.
Yeah, he did have a squad.
Compared to the Spurs?
Wally Zerbiak was a bum.
But not like the Spurs. He didn't have a squad like the Spurs. He had a squad for a little bit.
He made you know them.
Fellas. I hate to have to interject. But the show is ended in 8 minutes, so I got to run through these super chats.
I got you.
Are we only going 2 hours today? I thought we was doing 3 today.
Yeah, nah, only 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I need 3 today for this Duncan KG shit.
I mean, Bob, I mean, you want to run it till 3 or till 12?
I could go a little longer than 2. I might not go for 3, but I'll keep it rocking.
Give me the toolbox. I'll run this motherfucker to the next one.
Yeah, we gonna keep it rocking, Primo. We gonna keep it rocking.
All right, go ahead. Well, I mean, if y'all still want to talk about,
go ahead, but hit that super chat though. Yeah, man. Listen, man. What I'm saying about Tim Duncan. Sometimes you had to watch the game sometime to see it. He was an unstoppable. He was like a Shaq with a bank shot.
But we're not saying KG. At least I'm not saying KG better than Tim Duncan. I got Tim Duncan over KG slightly, but my thing is, I think
win 7 rings with KG.
But wait, not because he's better than Tim Duncan. I think he's just as good as Tim Duncan, but he was a little more active in the sense of I don't think what happened in Miami would have happened in Miami. You know, with KG where he was.
Well, I mean, that wasn't up to Tim Duncan though. Pop just took him
out wasn't even in the game.
Pop just took him out the game, so I don't know.
That's why you get took out the game though.
I have no idea.
Take KG out the game. Pop
don't want to took KG out
Pop
the game.
One of them coaches
I
that don't
think
give
KG
a
Duncan
damn.
are right there. KG Duncan are right there.
That one,
Brunson going crazy.
And then on the defensive
you went with the wrong 30-point game today, Ron. I don't know about
on the defensive end.
They going crazy and we still in the game.
Defensive end, KG was switching guarding guards. Tim Duncan could never guard a guard. So Tim Duncan is a better defender at protecting the rim. Sure, KG's elite too, but Duncan was a little better. But Duncan is better at switching and help side. I feel they're probably tied. I mean,
KG,
I don't think Tim Duncan was a better defender than KG anywhere on the court.
I agree with that. I don't think Tim Duncan, but Tim Duncan was a great defender, so it don't.
Yeah, he certainly was. He certainly was.
And I could shoot better than you.
I'm not. By no way am I trying to knock Tim Duncan. I'm just trying to big KG.
This is not something trying to knock Tim on it. It's just I don't think it's that crazy of a hypothetical to say if
Why didn't KG and them get more rings in Boston then?
He got hurt. He got hurt, and then Perk got hurt in 09.
Yeah,
he got hurt.
I seen my man come in the 2010s and grab one up.
No, but
they couldn't even touch LeBron. LeBron was bullying the Celtics after that.
Well, I mean, it's LeBron though.
Tim Duncan and Brett LeBron. That's
Primo.
The Spurs.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what. The Celtics are the only team that had to fade. Well, I guess the Spurs too, but the Celtics were the only team around that time that really got to fade Kobe at the end of his prime, and then had to fade Bron coming into the beginning of his prime. They're the only ones that had to do both of them. The Spurs caught Bron a little too young, but the Celtics had to go through Bron and then meet Kobe in the finals. That's the
Spurs caught back up. The Spurs caught back up with Bron in 2013.
That was a little different of a team, but I'm talking about through the same year though. Through the same years.
Right, okay, yeah, at the same time.
The Celtics have never been able to stop Bron.
I mean, who's been able to stop Bron though?
I mean, no one has ever been able to stop LeBron James. They have to unite. No. Spurs have to have the greatest passing team of all time. The 2014 Spurs are literally the greatest all-movement team ever played in basketball. That's how you beat LeBron James. You have to call Kevin Durant to beat LeBron James. You have to create.
You got to call up Tim Duncan.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree
call
with
up
that.
Timmy D, man. We'll get this done.
KG never had a squad like the Spurs. You're talking about
never close.
Young Marbury.
Boston.
Yeah, in Boston, I'm talking about young KG though. Young KG never had a squad.
KG wasn't even Boston.
KG in Boston is a different player than 04 KG.
Yeah, 04 KG.
And don't get me wrong, I like Wally Zerbiak.
Jalen Brunson is going stupid right now.
Hey, I like Wally Zerbiak.
Hey, Ron, Jalen Brunson or Halliburton? Because you said Halliburton.
You never would have heard of Tony Parker if he didn't play with Tim Duncan. He would have been another. But just another nigga.
Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm doing it.
Y'all can hear me?
Don't do that.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, we can.
Hey, look. I like all the points y'all making, but I was gonna say, man, I used to think that KG could fill Tim Duncan's shoes, but I don't know, bro. I seen Tim Duncan beat Shaq and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And KG lost to them when they had the first record in the West. I mean, the first seed in the West. And that's not the only example.
Way different teams, man.
Yeah.
No, but he had.
What you mean?
Hold on, look, he had.
Bro, Minnesota never had a squad like that. They had some good teams.
I don't think he has the number one seed because I've seen the Atlanta Hawks be a 60-win team and the number one team in the East.
No, but
I've seen number one seed.
Yo, but the teams y'all talk about in Minnesota were good because they had KG.
No.
Hold on,
y'all. KG had the first.
Steph 1 week.
KG,
don't do that.
KG had the best. Wasn't he the first seed in the West?
They were the number. I think number one seed won the MVP year. But we're forgetting the Greg Popovich effect on
Who
the
got
Spurs.
the computer? Gay. Look the computer up at that Minnesota.
Because are we arguing the Timberwolves had a good supporting
with Wally Zerbiak?
Wait a minute, bro. Hold on. Latrell Speedwell and Sam Cassell and Wally Zerbiak is not a good. What do you need?
That's what I said. I like Wally Zerbiak. I like Latrell.
Is that a championship caliber?
Like Sam Cassell.
Why isn't?
Sam Cassell was solid. Sam Cassell was beyond
solid in the Western Conference Finals. Hold on, Sam Cassell got hurt in the Western Conference Finals that year and could not play.
Tim Duncan beat.
Tony Parker's better than Sam Cassell. Y'all cut it out.
No, but this is before Monty and Tony Parker took off.
Yeah, it was just Duncan.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
Manu was never weak. There was never a point in the league when Manu was weak.
Latrell Speedwell wasn't weak neither, though.
Here's also what you guys got to understand. You guys are sitting up here trying to talent match. The game is not as simple as that. If that's the case, Cleveland will be smacking the Knicks right now.
That's true.
It's not about
but that's the case of
about-
Duncan
Right,
being
right,
better.
right.
It's about how that talent morphs, meshes, and plays together. And a lot
So
of that
you
has to do
put
with
Duncan on
coaching.
that Minnesota team with
No,
Stephon
no.
Marbury, Spreewell, Wally Zerbiak. You think that they don't got no success?
Without Greg Popovich, I doubt it.
Bro,
If
Bro,
you
what
put
is
Greg
Greg Popovich
Popovich?
over there, yes. Let's
All right,
factor
let's
Greg
look at the
Popovich
teams
as
that
a
Duncan
major
went
part
on
of
with.
it.
Duncan on.
Well, you said
Hey,
what?
Look at
What
the
is
teams
Popovich
Tim
without
Duncan
Tim
went
Duncan?
with. Yeah, what is it?
What is Greg Popovich without Tim Duncan?
Without Tim Duncan?
That's a
That's a
fair
good thing.
question.
That's
That's
a
a
fair
fair
but these
question.
questions.
That's a
Bill
fair question.
Belichick without Tom Brady. That's what he is.
Hold on. 'Cause
That's
you
what
can't,
he
you
is.
can't. You don't know though. You don't
say
know.
Tom.
You can't answer the question.
know.
You can't.
We
No, you
seen it.
don't.
Yeah, we seen
You
it. We
don't
seen it.
because
We got a sample
You
size.
can't know because you can't tell me what Greg Popovich would have been with KG. That's why.
For sure, it's 100%. It's definitely a hypothetical, but the reason why
Not
we hold
not
Popovich
5
such
to
a high
1.
regard.
That's
Hold on.
not
I
that
seen
crazy
Greg-
of a hypothetical.
I seen-
Yeah, it's not
Go
that
ahead,
Greg
Jalen.
Popovich.
Go ahead, Jalen.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
say,
want to cut
the
you
reason
Greg
why we hold
Popovich
Greg
with LeBron.
Popovich.
This whole shit is.
No, the reason why we hold Greg Popovich as a high regard is because, yes, he did have Tim Duncan
Tim
as his
Duncan.
face leading the team, but we've also seen his play calling. We've seen the ball movement of his team. We've seen what he does after timeouts. We've seen like his coaching ability impact that team. Even when Duncan was past his prime, that team was still good because of Greg Popovich. Yes, Kawhi Leonard he added pieces, but think about it. He added pieces like Boris Diaw past his prime, Thiago Splitter, Patty Mills, Danny Green.
Boris
These are
Diaw
good
went
players,
past his
but-
prime.
But all these guys were at their
San
peak with
Antonio?
Greg
Diaw was
Popovich.
nice.
Boris Diaw was young as hell.
No, Boris
On
Diaw
San
was-
Antonio
No, Boris Diaw was not in his prime with the Phoenix Suns. Boris Diaw was not in his prime with
No.
San Antonio
in
Spurs.
2014.
Hey,
Primo?
Jalen
Bro.
Brunson and Josh Hart got
Yeah.
25, and Donovan Mitchell and
Okay.
Darius Garland got 7. Hey, Villanova back.
Hey,
Nova
Yeah,
back.
they ballin'.
the games on NBA TV today?
Seti Osman.
I
No, it's on
out.
ABC.
I thought he was going to spank them.
Use
Like,
your
what is
ragged
the
ass
coach
regular cable
doing?
box and you could get it.
Seti Osman need to get out.
Yo, I thought
The
Cleveland was
game.
going to spank them, bro.
I think Mitchell needs to step up. Mitchell's taking 6 shots and you're down 13. It's just sometimes you gotta be like,
No, Mitchell
Ron,
need to get a ball
Ron,
up.
hey, look, y'all. Ron Dip. I can go 30 more minutes, but
Let's
if
get
we
it,
gonna go
let's
30, if we gonna go 30 more minutes, though, you feel me? We gotta let cats get their takes off. You know, we got one mic, y'all.
no doubt. Wait till we got
All right,
no
read the super chat then.
Y'all wanna go super chats? For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta give people their money. W Primo.
Hey, I don't never miss no super chats. Y'all can add.
Boom.
Who we got next was I think he did this one already. Oh no, he didn't. Christopher D.
Yeah, TC, I just be chatting, man.
If you pay a supermodel max money 4-year deal to model for you, but she always got ankle problems, unable to walk down the aisle, and is inconsistent when you need them the most, by the next contract, are you offering
She
her
done.
another max?
Yeah, she's done.
Yeah, that's easy.
I mean, I guess you gotta go.
Come on, man.
I don't know if the
You
fair.
got a
fair-
job
Chris-
to do.
Hey, look,
Christopher
and
D,
she,
Life-
hey, look,
what you think we doing up here, Christopher D?
hey, look, and she said she was the
Hold
king
on,
of
real-
LA.
Oh my
Shit,
god,
kick
bro! I gotta
man.
address this stupid. Ox,
Life is
bring up this
unfair,
chat?
man.
You got it, Gag?
Bro, this guy's a goddamn idiot here because y'all are talking about Pop with nobody. We talking about Pop with KG. Y'all don't know what the fuck Pop
No,
gonna be
no,
with
hold on.
KG.
No, look, Pop had LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, he had.
They
He
made the
had
playoffs.
Kawhi Leonard.
They made the
Kawhi
playoffs.
Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard got hurt. They were in the conference finals.
Come on, man.
I mean,
They
they were
were
about to
about
beat.
to finals.
They were about to beat
They were
the
a
Kevin
good
Durant
team.
Warriors.
They
They were
wasn't
Kevin
about to
Garnett,
beat
man.
the
They
Kevin
were a good
Durant
team.
Warriors.
I
But
seen
they
Greg
wasn't
Popovich.
about
They're
to
trying to
beat
bring
them.
up. They're trying to bring up goddamn Pop now, bro. Like
Hey, look, I seen Greg Popovich.
they got
lose on
nobody.
team- I seen Greg
If you
Popovich
put
lose on
KD,
Team
it's not
USA.
crazy, bro.
You're right, Crunch.
I seen Greg Popovich lose on Team USA.
The greatest
Oh my
coach
god.
I mean,
He had
that's
the best. He
international
had the
play, I
best
hear you,
talent. Look, he had the best talent in the whole world.
in the world. Lost.
though.
They had to
Come
go
on,
get a
man.
college coach to come get them boys together.
Yeah, man.
Well, hold on, bro. That was Larry Brown who lost with the 04 team, no?
He had Greg Popovich was on the staff,
He was on
bro.
the staff, yeah, but Larry
And
Brown.
then last Olympics when KD and them was on the team, they was getting blown out until they turned it around towards the end. But they was looking bad at first. Greg Popovich.
Mhm.
International basketball.
I
they
love
end up
Greg
winning, they won it.
Popovich. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Pop's
But
in
I'm
that
just
league.
saying, Tim Duncan, he came straight to that team and was about that off the rip, got him a chip off the rip.
No doubt.
Oh, rip.
No doubt.
Yeah.
KG
All right, let me
couldn't
see.
do that.
Oh, rip.
2 cents. Westbrook is number 3 on the all-time turnover list. This is a very small sample size with the Clippers.
Yeah.
I mean, look, is he turnover prone? Yes, that's one of his flaws. But I don't think that takes away from everything else. You can't just ignore everything else. Just
Yeah, they don't take away from everything.
You know what I mean?
I know somebody that's number 1 on the turnovers list.
I was actually going to bring that up.
I feel it, Jalen.
Kobe got the most missed shots. We don't take nothing away from Kobe.
Yeah,
like, that's not.
No, if all great players is on that list,
Facts.
the turnover list is full of greats. There's not one bum on the turnover list, so I don't even look into that.
Rookie in the violet hour. After last night, do y'all trust Harden more? Y'all ain't never gonna learn.
I think everyone's come to the realization here that we do not trust Harden. He is like his playoff resume in terms of playoff drop off is becoming one of the most quantifiable things.
And you can't
so many playoff drop offs. It's crazy at this point.
And you can't blame it on fatigue this year because Embiid been carrying you. So I don't want to hear all this. He tired and none of that this year.
I hear you.
Come on,
Jalen Brunson outplaying you.
Hey, Ox, this is one super chat. You want to bring us? Says Sabonis needs to spend time.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'm gonna get to. I'm not rushing for that.
Okay, gotcha.
Sabonis don't need to do nothing but what Sabonis is doing. He gonna be all right. Oh shit! Oops, my bad, y'all. Hey, Karis on my TV. Karis is shooting his first free throw. Am I ahead of y'all or behind y'all?
I'm ahead of that.
Okay.
A little bit.
KD and Kyrie. This is another one from 2 cents. So. KD and Kyrie never won the Nash. The GM won the Nash. Why else would Kyrie say we don't need a coach when?
No, they wanted it. They wanted it.
I hate that. They know. I mean, he might not have been their first option, but they definitely
wanted
against him
because Jack Vaughn was there.
That's a weird thing to say. We don't need a coach. That's just not something you say in social media. That's definitely weird. Kyrie.
Even in life,
if you secretly feel like, oh, you know what, I think we could coach just as good as him. That's just gonna cause a divide between the staff.
Though.
Like that's dumb.
That makes no sense for me not to need a coach when in life I'm still need advice no matter if I'm 100. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You need a coach.
Straight up. Get to the next one. This one is from Kent Lincecum Jr. The Mavs need to trade Luka to the Pistons. For
That's
what?
Crazy.
For what?
Yeah.
For what? For who?
I guess they want Cade Cunningham, Jaren Duran.
If you
No,
trade
they
Luka,
want Ivy.
If you trade Luka Doncic for any of those players on the Pistons, you're fired.
Yeah.
You got to get Ivy and
Mark Cuban's not that
Cunningham.
stupid. Mark Cuban. I don't think Mark Cuban's ever letting Luka go. He just realized he has to build a team around him. Don't waste the opportunity.
You trade Luka for like nobody.
I don't think anybody. I mean, even if someone offered you Wemby, do you do it? I probably don't.
No,
because I don't know exactly. You don't do it.
Hell
no
no.
player in the NBA you trade Luka for.
I don't think you trade him for any one player, but you can trade him for a couple players.
You can trade him for a whole franchise, but
now him.
You need that Herschel Walker deal. You need that football Herschel Walker deal.
I'm not trading.
Y'all go watch the video on my channel on trading Luka. I'll bring it all to light. It's easy. It's not as hard as it seems.
He hate Luka. I hope y'all know that.
I don't hate Luka. Christopher D. Early 2000s T-Mac, AI, and Kobe was a conversation. You had to watch those battles live to understand. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
You had to see. See it.
I never disagreed. I never disagreed it was a conversation, but Ox, when you said that T-Mac clears is when we gotta slow down.
That's where we disagree.
I'm fine with that. Now look, I want to go ahead and just say this right now. I was kind of, y'all kind of got me in the heat of the moment. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to say that peak T-Mac clears peak Kobe, but I will take peak T-Mac over Pete Kobe and not be upset with that choice.
Not the crazy.
I don't think overall, obviously on the all-time list, Kobe's on it.
Take the Mamba.
You know what I'm saying? But
at the peak, after that, one
your list is crazy though.
The one
they
player missing
expect
from
that from you, Bob.
My whole list, my list is pretty much the same as everybody else's, except for I got a different number 10 than most people.
I want to add to that list of Allen Iverson, T-Mac, and Kobe. The one guy there, I'm telling you, after that, the Raptors-Sixers series where Allen Iverson and Vince Carter were trading 50-point bombs, you ask everyone in the NBA who's going to have the better future between Vince Carter, T-Mac, Allen Iverson, Paul Pierce, Kobe. Everyone's going with Vince Carter. Vince Carter had all the skills at that time.
Carter was a
He was
beast.
doing it all. He just never had that next
He
level.
could shoot the three. He could shoot the midi. He
Vince
could
Carter
dunk.
was that guy. I'm telling you, Vince Carter was that
nice.
They think I'm hating on Kobe.
I mean,
people don't like when you disagree with Kobe.
I mean, how come we don't talk about? You talk about Kobe with 5 rings, Shaq with 4. Like that one against Sacramento, like a whole referee fully came out and said they stole it for y'all. So I don't get why that's not talked about more. But that's just me.
It's documented, but you know that go. You blind to things you don't want to see.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? People do it. People do it.
They're talking about Gabe is legit stupid though.
That
He didn't even
guy's a
say
clown.
nothing.
He literally
didn't
because
say
he's
nothing.
delayed. He's delayed. He's still hearing the damn Spurs conversation. He doesn't want to get it through his thick skull. That pop without Tim Duncan still made it to the conference finals. Like,
Facts.
Oh, he wouldn't.
crazy.
This is from another one from Rookie in the Violet Hour. Not
Shout
gonna
out
lie, I cannot wait for all the Philly apologies. Who gonna apologize for what? So is he saying that Philly's gonna like make a serious run this year?
Y'all can send me y'all super chats. I'll read them
Embiid
all.
hurt too. But I mean, Embiid that knee injury is no joke.
Direct.
I think Dr. Rivers came out and said he's not even sure he'll play the second round.
Who, Embiid?
Embiid,
Yeah,
yeah.
Embiid's timetable is not looking good. It's worse than people think.
What's wrong with it?
His
Embiid,
knee.
Greg Oden.
Knee sprain.
He got a knee sprain.
Yeah. Man, this happens every year. I'll be telling y'all, like, if you don't come,
Every season.
he got to do something different than the offseason. I think he got to do something.
Donovan
He got to change up.
Spiders.
He got to change up his offseason workouts and.
He got to
do
go
something.
work with LeBron.
Another one from Rookie in the Violet Hour. Jimmy has to be a number 2 or 3 for finals.
I agree with that. At this point in his career, I agree with that.
Yeah, of
100%
course.
agree. Number 2 for sure. A 3 would be a blessing. I mean, Jimmy as a 3 would be huge. As a 2, for sure.
I agree.
He could come to second be the number 3 option for sure.
Boom.
He gonna be number 2 on sack. He be done beat your whole team in practice.
Daniel, no, it's not another one.
A win is a
Super chat
win,
from
Big
Daniel.
Ox.
A win is a win, Big Ox. LeBron was him. Kings and 6. What's he talking about?
I don't know. I was gonna say LeBron played fine yesterday. He did his thing.
Oh, okay.
Got Dylan Brooks out of here. Bron,
Hey, Kings and 5. Kings and 5.
5 is strong.
They talking about Kings and 6. Come on now. Okay, this is the one you talking about, Jalen?
Yeah, it's the one.
Go ahead, bro. You got it.
I want to say, so we're going to talk about Chris Webber real quick, who Chris Webber really was. You're talking about in a league with Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett. There were the 3. I want to say Rasheed Wallace for a 3-year stretch.
Which
from like
Chris Webber was better than.
2003, maybe 2002. For that stretch, Chris Webber was the most offensively gifted power forward big man in the league.
Fast. He was
the
so
most offensive.
he
He was the best
could
offensive
pass.
big man in the league. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize Chris Webber was better offensively than Tim Duncan,
Underrated
Kevin
player.
Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki. I'm telling you, he did it all. And I don't think
underrated player. I agree.
At that time,
yeah,
Dirk was still young.
Yeah, Dirk was.
He had other things. He hadn't like
he talking about
calmed
the
down and honed it in yet, Gabe.
And you talk about Jokic level passing. Chris Webber could pass. We're talking behind the back bounce passes. We're talking like some real flashy magic job. Like he had that in his bag. Chris Webber was that guy, and I don't think people fully realize how talented he really was, especially at the power forward position.
So, all right, y'all. Do we want to get into this? Sixers?
Jeremy
we can if y'all want to. Y'all want to talk about that Sixers sweep? Does anybody feel any way about that?
A sweep is a sweep. I saw it coming since before the series started.
We know that.
What's the other game after the Sac game? Is this one Sac and is it Denver, Minnesota or?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah,
I'll check right now.
I mean, it should be.
And what's that at right now? 2-1 or is that 3-0?
3-0.
So are we looking at another sweep right now?
Maybe.
I think so.
I think so.
90% chance.
Yeah,
how do we feel about?
Oh no, the game after Sacramento is Boston and Atlanta.
Oh,
and then it's Denver.
Okay, so what about that? Is Atlanta making it?
Atlanta was
2-1.
It's
2-1 right now.
That's 2-1.
Is Atlanta? Do they have any action evening up this? Yeah. But does Atlanta have any action at evening up the series?
I mean, look, last game they showed that they can win. DeJounte Murray I guess he's that guy who can get you 20, 25 points.
He's been that guy.
Yeah, no,
He
he
been
been that.
that.
I mean, I want to just go
That's
quick
what
back
we
last
said
game and
about
see.
Pop.
Trae Young came through. DeJounte came through. I want to see who else stepped up and see if they can do it again. Try to.
Yo, Jalen Brunson out here earning that contract right now.
Jalen Brunson. It just looks worse and worse for Dallas because Brunson every time he plays this well, but no one expected Brunson to be this good. Given that, all right. So guy like but these are the key guys for Atlanta. I think that because DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, they're gonna do their thing. Good shooters, smart with the ball. They'll do their thing. But Bogdanovich and a guy like Saddiq Bey. Bogdanovich last game, 22 minutes, shot 6 for 8, 15 points. Saddiq Bey, 5 for 7, 15 points. If a guys like that can continue to contribute efficiently, I think the Atlanta Hawks can win. I think Bogdanovich, I actually really like his talent. I think he's a great shooter. He can play. He can do it all.
Bogey.
Yeah, no, he can do his thing. Saddiq Bey, a little more inconsistent, but they need guys like that to step up. Because DeJounte and Trae can't. DeJounte and Trae will be outplayed by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown clearly, but if the other guys can step up, I think they have a chance.
Yo, someone just mentioned it in the chat, and I agree with what they're saying. Chris Webber is on Jokic level passing.
Bro, what I'm saying is he had that in his bag. Yeah, he had that in his bag.
The answer is yes, Jalen.
Yes. You know what? Yes. You know what I'm saying?
No,
yes.
he not.
Chris Webber had Jokic level passing.
Yes.
You had to go watch the games. I'm telling you. Exactly like
He ain't
Jokic.
have
In the
Jokic
post,
level
people were
passing.
moving. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, but
Chris
he ain't
Webber had
passing
Jokic
like
level
Jokic.
passing. I think he was.
He 100% has
Post
Jokic
playmaker.
level passing. Yeah.
No, he don't. That's
Because especially
nasty.
especially at the top of that key. But the thing with
This
that
is nasty.
that
sorry,
era of
chat.
the Kings is this. This is the thing.
I'm
Not
sorry,
only was
chat.
he a very good passer, but so was Vlade Divac. That high-low
Pau
with
Gasol
hitting
was a
Vlade
good
Divac
passer, but-
was crazy. There was a
No
crazy
cap.
dynamic.
Cap.
No cap.
There was
No
a
cap, baby. No cap.
Yo, Gabe. Now this is what I'm saying, Gabe. You're saying this because the people in the chat, or you got to go back and watch some. You got to go back and watch some of those years of Kings basketball.
Bro, but I'm not trying to say that Chris Webber isn't a good passer. I know that. But we're talking about all-time level passing.
I'm telling you, Chris Webber might be the best passing power forward I've ever seen. He might be
I'm just not sold on Jokic being such a high. You know what? Let's not. We're not doing this.
I think Jokic is a great passer. I think Jokic is a great passer, especially at his position, all-time great passer at his position. I think Chris Webber was that guy. Go watch him.
Stop the cap.
And when I talk about high level of degree of difficulty passes, Chris Webber was making incredibly difficult passes look easy.
Like Jokic?
It wasn't just simple handoff. I'm telling you, literally behind the back bounce passes.
I remember.
He'd be running down the court, even in his Golden State years before he went to Sacramento. He would dribble up the court, do his thing.
I remember him on the
crazy passes
Bullets.
to Nash. I'm telling you, he was doing his thing.
See, and that's what I was kind of getting into. When like a younger Chris Webber, when he was running the floor, getting down in the break, man, he dropping them off, receipt, whatever. He could do anything.
Yes.
Chris Webber didn't really have much deficiencies on the offensive end of the court.
Did it. And he was doing that when big men weren't really passing like that, weren't dribbling up the court like
Shaq could definitely pass.
Yeah, but not like a guy like Chris. Shaq.
No, I'm reading the chat.
Okay.
You know who they don't talk about with passing big men? Joakim Noah.
Like
Pau
that.
Gasol.
Yep.
Pau
Joakim
Gasol.
Noah during the Derrick Rose. Yep.
Pau Gasol.
No, that's real.
Great passer, big man.
But
Sabonis.
see,
The
even
daddy.
like those guys, Pau
The dad.
Gasol, Noah, they weren't Chris Webber level. I'm telling you, Chris Webber's level of passing was at another level. Especially you watch
He was
him.
nice.
Noah's nice. But the degree of difficulty, some of the passes that Chris Webber, I don't think I've seen big men except the
He
guy
was
like
nice.
Jokic.
In Shaq. People don't know how raw Shaq really was. Like I see him make behind the back, run the point. I seen Shaq bring it up.
Especially in Orlando.
Yeah, I seen Shaq run the floor.
Orlando Shaq was Orlando. To me, I
Clips,
think
obviously, I'm not. old enough to
Giannis
see
is Orlando Shaq. I've always thought that's the player comp. Giannis, Orlando
No,
Shaq.
he's
was
not.
very,
Because Shaq post up. Giannis don't post.
Giannis
Oh
don't
yeah,
post
post
up
game.
like
Yeah,
that.
they don't post like that. He doesn't post.
Yo,
Like
did any of y'all see that stream we did the other night when Ticket?
Oh, with Ticket with Hakeem and Giannis? Yeah, I was watching that.
And that's what I was trying to say.
What
Giannis
did
on
he
the
say?
block. So it was Ticket, Shaq, and Ron saying that Giannis if he gets his ring, would basically be as better than Hakeem.
Hakeem?
Olajuwon. Yeah.
He wins a ring, though.
What he get?
A couple
They
rings.
drunk.
Giannis, I think Giannis might be close to Hakeem than people think. I don't think it was the craziest take by ticket. I think Giannis. I think
That was 100% an absurd take.
Yeah, no, I think Hakeem is definitely a better player right now. But I mean, you give Giannis a couple more years, he makes a few more playoff runs. You tell me
Hakeem's still better.
Giannis had a better playoff than Kareem. Giannis had a better playoff run than Hakeem. Giannis was better in the playoffs with Milwaukee than Hakeem was with the Rockets.
My God!
I think Hakeem. I'm telling you, I think Hakeem had his team perform better. Didn't have to carry the load that Giannis did. Hakeem wasn't leading his team.
I did say we would go for 2.5. You know, we'll go for 30 more minutes, but I think 19 is enough, y'all.
You tell me Hakeem's final performance was better than Giannis's? I don't think so. None of Hakeem's final performances were better than Giannis's. No.
Yes.
Giannis that was an all-time great final performance.
Playing against Shaq and Patrick Ewing, yes.
Again, a young Shaq, a young Orlando team, that was fine. A Knicks team that was good, that's great. But
Orlando team that beat Michael Jordan.
Again, Hakeem did not carry the load that Giannis did, especially in that final.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not. Robert Horry was doing his thing.
Drew Holiday, who was the best defender in that series?
Oh my God. Giannis led both teams in what? Who
was the best defender in that series?
Obviously, Hakeem Olajuwon one of the greatest.
No, I'm talking about in the Bucks series.
Oh, in the Bucks series. I mean, you could say Drew, but I think Giannis is right up there. I don't think
Chris Middleton damn near carried Giannis through the playoffs.
Man, what?
Chris Middleton was not carrying Giannis. Stop it.
He was in the fourth quarter.
No, sir. No, sir.
Damn, so we just gonna forget about the conversations they was having about Chris Middleton being the Batman of the team? We just gonna forget about this conversation?
Yeah.
I've never said
it never happened. You never watched.
There's been games where Chris Middleton has scored more points, but you're telling me over any series, Chris Middleton has never been a better player than Giannis over the course of the series.
This is ridiculous.
That has never happened.
This is the thing, Jalen. As far as like points wise, you know what I'm saying? It's it's a little inflated now. The points don't look the same.
No, for sure. But I do think leading. What was the stat with Giannis? It was leading. I don't know if it was leading both teams or his team. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. Only LeBron.
I believe so.
Yeah, that.
But
doing that is super impressive.
Well, All-Star was on that.
Now, you know what? I think if we looked into that, I'm pretty sure Hakeem was leading in points and rebounds. I don't know about assists.
Not assists.
Steals.
The man top 10 in steals.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
At the center.
Whose team was better though? Whose team was better? Giannis' team or Hakeem's team?
I think it was closer. I think it's closer than it looks though. I think it's Giannis, but I don't think it's crazy though. Like Hakeem has squad too. No, I'm talking about the first even before Clyde.
Kenny Smith. I'll break that team down right now. Otis Thorpe, Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell. Who was the Robert Horry and then was they on that? I don't think they was on that team.
Robert Horry was on the team. No, Robert Horry was on the team.
He won 2 with them. Robert Horry.
Yeah, Rob got 2.
Yeah,
with them.
Kenny Smith was there.
Sam Cassell was the backup.
Clyde was there for 1.
Clyde was there for the next year.
Second one, yeah. Clyde was there for.
But that team.
So I'm not even talking about that one. I'm talking about the first one, and because I personally think Vernon Maxwell slept on. I think a lot of those guys.
I think Drew Holiday.
Better with the Rockets team, you can't. It's not just about people be like, oh, he didn't play with no All Stars or All NBA, whatever. It's not about that. It's about how they played together, how they played as a unit together, and the fit of that team was just perfect. And it was a team that played together for a while, so they're able to build chemistry and they played.
Yeah, don't you give LeBron props for not playing with an All Star and making it into the finals?
I mean, sure, but it's also
all right then. So you can defend LeBron like that.
No.
You defend LeBron like that, but you're not going. Oh my God, I'm not going to do this because it's the same principle. It's the same principle. It is because you're giving LeBron slack. You're giving LeBron slack for that, but you're not going to give somebody else slack for it.
Check this out.
You got to.
In the 90s,
and he won it.
No, hold up. The 90s, the teams
and they won.
Different. You didn't need multiple All Stars or All NBA players in the 90s to win championships.
Yeah, you did.
In the 2010s now, you need 2 or 3. You need 2. No. In the 90s, this is how teams were built.
Who won all the chips in the 90s? Who won all the chips?
Yeah, what proved that you didn't need multiple All Stars in the 90s?
Jordan, you need 1 or 2 was fine. You had Jordan, Scottie, and you could fill that team around with guys who played their roles. They didn't have
multiple All Stars.
No. What do you mean? They didn't have multiple All Stars after that.
Jordan is
it was Jordan.
Multiple All Stars.
Hold on. It was Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and after that, it was just guys who fit. In Utah, it was
Robin was an All Star.
That was
Horace Grant been an All Star.
Was Horsecat an all-star the years they won a championship?
I'm saying he an all-star caliber player.
No, but he wasn't that. He wasn't an all-NBA all-star caliber player when they were winning championships. It was Jordan.
You didn't need all NBA players.
It was Jordan,
right?
Pippen, and the guys who played their role. In Utah, it was Karl Malone, John Stockton, guys who played
2
their role.
all-stars.
But
look though, y'all. Let's really
none.
focus on. Let's really focus and hone in. Forget about the teams for just a second, y'all. Let's focus and hone in on Hakeem and Giannis. Giannis has nothing on the block. Like he has no post moves.
Yeah, Giannis.
You know what I'm saying?
The post Hakeem clears Giannis, bro.
Bro, you can watch the game and see Hakeem is better than him.
Hakeem is arguably the best defender of all time, bro. Like,
yeah,
I think he is the best defender of all time.
Right.
I have
Hakeem because there's people that believe
all
it.
time.
I have Hakeem as the greatest defender of all time. I have Hakeem over Giannis. Yes, as of right now, Hakeem is in my top 10. I think
he always gonna be over.
Right? But I think Giannis, again, give him a few more years. If he makes more playoff runs,
I agree with that. You give him a couple. You give him 8 years, he can have the conversation.
Hey, I'm gonna do
this
like the Jordan
6,
effect.
5, 6.
Giannis can't do nothing.
8 max. I'm saying 8 max. But God,
8 max. No, that's what I'm saying. You can have that conversation.
Giannis gonna have to develop a jumper and everything for me to even consider him in that.
Hakeem will always be more skilled than Giannis.
That's what I'm saying. 8 years, because I don't know what's gonna happen in 8 years. You don't know if he's gonna develop that.
He can't do his back hurt.
Hakeem is more skilled than Giannis, but Giannis is more dominant than Hakeem.
No, I'm saying, like, I get that. Right now, it's no conversation. He's not even knocking at the door yet. But you don't know what's going to happen in damn near a decade.
And we don't know what's wrong with Giannis' back.
No, he's not knocking at the door. He's still on his way. He's not there yet. No, he's not. That's
what level is Giannis on?
I think it's closer.
Who is he close to? He ain't better than KD all time to me or nothing. He's not better than a lot of people.
I think Giannis. Yeah, wait, where do you guys have Giannis?
I got Pippen over him. I got everybody.
I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, Jalen. I'm not sure.
Like, I got people over him.
I will say this though. I think we gotta stop keeping it at top 10. Like we shouldn't be so strict to just top 10. We should probably stretch it out to 50.
Yeah, I don't have a list like past like that I thought about.
I probably could go to 20.
I think 25, even 30. There's so many great players that are just on that edge. You know what I mean? At the 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22. Great players.
Giannis a great player, but he's not in that echelon.
Think about a 10. Everyone's top 10 is essentially the same except for 1 or 2 guys.
Like if you're telling me Giannis is knocking at the door with Hakeem, that means he's knocking at the door of the top 10. Because I got Hakeem in my top 10, and Giannis nowhere near.
He's knocking at the door with Steph and everybody. Then
I
better than Steph?
Do you not have Hakeem top 10, Jalen?
I do. No, I do. I have 6, 7. I have 6, 7. So maybe not knocking. Understand? I honestly, I think about it now. I probably have Giannis 15 to 20. Might be a little higher right now, but I probably
15
have
15 to 20.
I might have Giannis.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Giannis being wherever 17, 18, 19.
The eye test that championship.
I don't think I got him there yet.
The eye test don't show you 15 to 20.
It don't. It really don't.
The stats. I mean, the stats
do.
The stats do.
The accolades, the stats.
When you turn that TV on though, when you turn that TV on and watch him play though.
But his eye test, to me, his eye test is it's more like a Shaq, just pure dominance. He's just bigger and stronger than.
He ain't like Shaq.
No, I'm not saying he's not like that.
And this was the thing. We also went to this too, Jalen.
He's similar to LeBron.
We went and talked about what would Giannis be like in those times. And this is my thing. At that point on the block, if you're gonna dominate on the block, you gotta have post moves because they're allowed to play. They're allowed to play more of a physical style. On top of that, he can't just run through the lane. Running and dunking through the lane like he does now because we're not back in those days you didn't allow nobody to cut through the lane. That's what the
not LeBron.
But let's keep it real. Kevin McHale, no Robert Parrish stopping Giannis. Kevin McHale about 180-pound dude's about skinny as can be.
Kevin McHale 180 pounds. Do you know how big Kevin McHale is?
I know 180. That's Jordan. Jordan
180. That's a skinny little dude.
190.
Giannis running down the paint. He's knocking him out. Giannis knocking him out. You talking about if Kevin McHale throws over elbow at
Giannis ain't that big.
Kevin McHale falling back. Kevin McHale definitely falling back.
Giannis is solid. Giannis is a big dude, but he's not pushing. He's not pushing them dudes around like you're not coming
like Giannis is like 260 or some shit.
Yeah, bro. He's big enough. He's big enough.
I think Giannis
Well, guessing the most I'll give Mikal is like 230, 240. So he got 30.
but
Kevin McHale got to be 240, 250. Kevin McHale's far from little.
We talk about muscle mass and strength. I think Giannis.
Robert Parrish big too.
Robert Parrish is the one that would say that Giannis.
Bird was big. Bird was little.
You want to put Bird next to Giannis and see? Yes, you can say.
You want to put Giannis on Bird?
Muscle frame. You talking about size?
I got Bird.
It's different. That Giannis
I got Bird.
Different. Giannis eating his protein.
Giannis gonna be tired messing with Bird all night. He gonna be out there ready to fall asleep.
I think Giannis averages.
When Mikal played Ox, he was listed at 210.
Giannis eating him. Giannis is eating Kevin
Giannis got 60 pounds or 50 pounds on him.
This is what I'm saying. In those days, you're not just coming through the lane like so. If Giannis had some post moves and he had Mikal on his back on the block, then okay, he's gonna give him some work. But in those days, Mikal, and even giving up that much weight, he can still push him off the block.
I mean, I think Giannis does in the 90s what Shaq did in the 90s to a T. I think he averages the same amount of points.
He's doing it now.
That's what
Giannis only 243. I went too far. He got 30. What is it?
I guess it's super lean. I think Giannis he's 28 and 14, similar to Shaq in Orlando.
Yeah, but this is and so we're talking about before the rule changes. Before they stop letting the big guys bully in the paint.
I don't know.
Patrick Ewing and them up on him. Big boys.
He's not doing that to Patrick Ewing.
The Kimbe Mutombo.
Giannis might blow by Patrick Ewing. Giannis might start.
He's not playing. Is he even playing the same way?
That's right. No, you can say exactly. So in that era, he'd be playing.
Well, no, we're assuming. I'm talking about this Giannis. Then I'm assuming he plays the same way.
This Giannis, then he blowing by.
How he gonna blow past Patrick Ewing? I'm gonna back up.
No, his first step going past.
I'm not gonna guard you on the perimeter though. You can't shoot.
No, Patrick Ewing.
I'm gonna wait till you run in the paint, and I'm Patrick Ewing.
Nah, I did not.
But check it out though, fellas. We did hit our 2 hour and 30-minute mark. I am about to, Gary Primo, John, if y'all want to jump on a little later, I'm about to stream most of the Kings games. So.
I'm gonna come through this.
First come back.
Shoot it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. Hey, Primo, you got any final words to the viewers?
Yeah, man. Hit me up. Jose_Primo everywhere. Come check me out. Cute shit.
Gary, you got anything?
No.
Follow me on Twitch. I just sent the link in the chat. I'm gonna be streaming later. You already know. Drink some water.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying?
Come watch Big Ox.
Come tune in to
stream with us because we coming through.
Yes, sir.
We could do way more on Ox channel.
Jalen, what's going on? You got anything for the viewers?
Yes, sir. Viewers, Jalen Carter Music. If you want to listen to some sad love songs, hit your boy up on Spotify, Jalen Carter. Yeah,
Jalen work out too. Look at Jalen.
Hey, Jalen, what's up? What's up with y'all, Jalen, up there in Toronto? Is there something in the air? We are always singing them love songs.
Oh, I mean, it's just how we feel it, the Mario Let Me Love You,
Let me tell you about
so
Toronto
sick.
got the prettiest
Usher, you
women.
got it bad. That's just, that's my gym playlist. I got Chris Brown Say Goodbye on it. Usher, you got it bad. Like, it's just what
shout out Toronto. They got the prettiest
Drake, Marvin's
girls
Room.
ever.
Drake's best song is still Marvin's Room. I don't care what anyone says.
Facts. Hold on.
Shout out Toronto, man. Melissa Ford. I know him.
Hey, Primo knows.
They got
Primo
them joints. Yeah. And good smoke.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, y'all. We'll see y'all soon. See y'all. Y'all know y'all tap into the panel tomorrow. We'll be back on with this show on Wednesday. All right, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself. Read a book, man. Read a book.